Welcome to Nice and Blunt. I'm Adam Rancho, and today is Thursday, May 28th, 7:30 p.m. Time for another live stream. Today we have a very special guest returning to the channel. Give a warm welcome to Jeary Football. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
What's up, man?
Live last night, and it's dope to have you on. Hope you're chilling.
Thank you, man. Had a great time with you on my stream last night, so looking forward to coming on your stream tonight and ripping some more good drafts.
We draft bangers, bro. We have some very, very nice teams. So without further ado, I think we should maybe just move on and hop in. Unless there's anything you really want to get to. In case anyone's hopping in now or catching the replay, the link to subscribe to Jeary is down below in the description. If you haven't done so already, head over there, give him a subscription, and let the people know anything else you got going on. A little quick promo before we get going.
Yeah, dude, we're almost at 300 subscribers. I think we're at like 283 right now after my stream that I just had. So I was thinking it could be fun. Just not go crazy, but do maybe 300-minute stream for 300 subscribers. That's about 5 hours. So that's I think that's not bad. We could definitely do that and maybe have a couple guests on. So maybe one of these weekends coming up, if we hit that, we'll do a nice long stream.
I think that's a good idea, man. That sounds stellar. 5 hours. I've gone a little over 4. I think I did a 4 hour 25 minutes, and I think that's a fair amount of time. So congrats on reaching that milestone. And if anyone hasn't done so already, go help our boy out. Hit that subscribe button over there. But we're gonna hop into an eliminator. Check the chat. I'll give y'all a quick countdown, but I flashed it earlier. We are hopping into the eliminator 20-second pick clock. If you want in, we're joining in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. While that fills, how many spots are? Oh, that filled instantly. No wait at all.
Nice.
We get pick 6.
I think I had pick 6 in the last eliminator I just did on my stream.
Do you like it from a strategy standpoint, or do you not like that part of the draft?
I was saying for the eliminator, I kind of like being in the middle because ADPs get a little wild in there and you get a lot of players falling. So being in the middle, you can scoop those values. And yeah, I'm looking at my team right now, and I did have pick 6. I got Christian McCaffrey at pick 6. I like some McCaffrey in the eliminator. I think any tournament, he's probably the best in there. If he stays healthy, he's just going to smash and be consistent. So getting those running back points feel nice. Came back around with Chase Brown, Kyron Williams for a 3 running back start, and think I landed the plane with a 3-4-8-3. So yeah, I kind of did like that pick 6.
All right, well, I hope we can top it. I do think CMC is probably a great pick, especially in this format. Let me bring in the chat real fast. We got Scott, comment number 1. Good evening, as always. Peppertonian here. Fimpst, as always. What's up, Hallie Lion? How we doing? OM Godlike. Been a minute, but happy to see you back in here. Who Hames, as always. Sup, fam? Check him out on his channel as well. He'll be joining us over the weekend. Looking forward to that. Anthony, go Spurs, go. Who Hames doesn't even know what a Spur is. From Tottenham, clearly. Welcome, Anthony. 4 hours isn't bad with guests for sure. 420, you know it. Why Elam's shaking it up, saving minds for later. We're going blow for blow. We're going stride for stride with Jeary. That's what we did last night. We had an eliminator on his channel and then a pit bull. That is definitely the plan for tonight, keeping it even Steven. Would you ever do this? Do you ever listen to Pepper Tony?
No, man. No, I know what he's doing. He thinks he's slick. He thinks he's sneaky. Nah. It's not pulling up HN.
Strictly peer pressure. This is what gives him the kicks. But what's up, Lutzen? Not sure if I've seen you before. Welcome in. Good evening to you as well. And Acevedo, hello. Do we have any people with us? I see Sanka right next to us. I see Jones Carbs, Jonathan at pick 8. And then other than that, not sure I recognize too many other people, but we're back on the clock. Do you want to go CMC? He's top of ADP.
Yeah, man, let's run it back. Let's do it again. Take some CMC. I like him in the eliminator. I like him more than Jonathan Taylor. So getting one of these solid running backs feels good in the tournament.
The only argument against him is like his injury risk, and if that happens, like it's unless it happens in the off season, like where there's no way he starts the year off without getting 25 touches. So we're good. Bass fishing, indeed. Back-to-back nights. Pepperoni actually does it sometimes. I've seen it. I've at least seen it happen once. I've at least been in a draft with Pepperoni and seen him do it. I've also seen him
respect it
for Jefferson though.
I respect it. I mean, in the eliminator that I just did, HN fell to pick 18. He went right before me in that second round. So I don't know if he's the guy you want to pull up. You definitely could, but there's some guys I like more.
He falls, man. There's more arguments against him than for him. I'm not that comfortable with it. I'd rather just trust Mike McDaniel and take my boy Hampton ahead of him.
Yeah, man. And I want to say for your viewers, if y'all don't know, I'm a fellow cat daddy as well. If you can see in the top right of my camera, we got Momo chilling up there. He is watching over us. We got our boy Dan somewhere around here as well. So yeah, we got the cat daddies on the dog app. And
gotta represent. You're a lion at heart.
Yes, sir.
You're sticking with your fellow kin. Leia, she's off screen. She's next to this white pole. My bad. We're on the clock. You want Chase Brown? You want to go double RB or?
Yeah, dude. Let's do it again.
Don't mind it.
What I did. That's what I did with my last draft. No, dude. I honestly kind of like doing the same start back to back sometimes and just getting like a different build off of it. I find it kind of fun.
It's a pretty strong start. The Bengals and Niners offense are not ones you want to fade at all. So double RB, they fly off fast. I'm good with it.
The only thing is they have like an early bye weeks. Week 6, Chase Brown, right. Week 8, CMC. But even then, if you make it to those weeks, you're winning money. So let's
you also you might be going against someone that also has that bye. Like there's a lot of factors. Players can also just put up duds.
Yep.
Anthony, last night's stream was hilarious. Which one? Was it my super late one or was it our one on Jeary's channel? We had a lot of fun times. Listen, that Jefferson was pick was an auto because my mom called. Excuses. Bass fishing. I don't like that his latest underdog news is set to get more rest in 2026 for CMC. I mean, Shanahan is the ultimate lying type of coach. I don't know if I buy into Kalen Black is going to steal CMC's touch split. Miami actually has a good early season schedule. I haven't quite looked at them, but Bass Fishing wants to know the most important.
I have been smoking again a little bit recently, but I think it's going to be time for another break soon. I'm going camping next weekend, so I think after that we'll take another little break there.
Got to bring it with you if you're going camping. But to each their own, man. If you need a break, all the power to you. Sometimes it can be tough to take a break. So
I did for like the first 3 months of this year, which wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
RBs are flying off the board, so I'm happy we have 2.
Yeah, dude, I like Nico.
He does
get taken. McBride's just unique, but I don't love it.
I'm not taking Jacobs today. I'll tell you that.
No, not this early.
I could go Smith. 5 seconds.
Let's go Smith.
Let's take him.
Let's get a receiver. I don't love Trey McBride in the eliminator. I think elite tight ends are a little less valuable. He does have a week 14 bye, which is nice, but they also have the hardest schedule in the NFL, or one of, along with the Dolphins.
Right. I'm also not really convinced that Brissett stays their quarterback for too long.
No, or is he even the quarterback to start the season, or is he going to be pouting?
He's definitely pouting. I don't think he has any leverage to act like, like, aren't they just going to say, fine, you want to walk? Leave us alone. We'll start Minshew and get the #1 pick next year. I don't think he's sticking around.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They do have a nice like playoff schedule though, which obviously doesn't matter for the Eliminator, but I think it's like the Saints, Jets, and Raiders.
The Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, I think so.
Or
Or that's what the Raiders was.
Let me pull it up in one separate tab and bring this in. This is the Cardinals schedule right here. Off the bye, week 15, they're home against the Jets at New Orleans and then home to the Raiders. All of those games are in a dome, so weather's not a factor. That's at least nice. Off the bye too, but you got to trust Carson Beck.
Yeah, not great.
Not ideal. I'd rather ignore them as much as possible. I did take my first McBride the other night. I think it was at like 32, 33, just to like get it in. But there was no way I was trying to stack him with any other Arizona player. No fucking chance.
In the Eliminator?
I forget what it is, but we're on the clock.
I'll take T.
T. Higgins, double.
Yeah, I like stacking it up.
Let's do it. Nice little fall. We still need upside in this contest. Like, you can also go against somebody else that doesn't have any buys, and like you need 150 points to advance. That's also
exactly
a factor. Well, sometimes it's good to be underestimated. Sometimes it's good to have the shock factor, whether you are or are not. But Pepper Tony, Achane scores fantasy points. He did. If you want to live in the past, he definitely has in the past. But shh, your soothing sounds. I have no idea what this is in reference to.
Very interesting.
Tell your mom I'm doing shit. That always goes over well. Tell your mom, tell your girlfriend, tell your wife. That's all they need to know.
Hey, we're making money out here. That's what's important.
If we do a third draft, Anthony, we'll do a palm, but at least for the first two, we're in lockstep from last night's schedule. One Eliminator and then one Pitbull. Yeah,
I like that. It's fun to do that.
I like the advance rate of the Pitbull. It's not a contest I want to be skipping out on. Like for a 10 entry max with those types of advance rates and that type of payout structure, it's definitely a more appealing entry than some of the $10 Frenchies or, even the palm to a certain extent. Would you rather do 6 palms or just one Pitbull?
Give me the Pitbull. 100K up top, 2 out of 12, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5, 156 final. These like 900 seat finals, I hate. Like I don't like them.
Very frustrating. But we're coming back on the clock. I'm not dying to take Bucky. I wouldn't mind Adams. I think Adams actually pretty solid in this. Double Devontae, but your choice. Yeah, I've lobbied for DJ Moore.
I like Adams.
I like
Adams.
Argument for Quinshon here? I'm taking Adams, but any thought in your mind on Quinshon?
I wasn't taking a lot of Quinshon before, but seeing him actually practicing and playing on the field is definitely optimistic for him. My cats are going nuts back there.
Cat fight.
Hell yeah, dude. But he's also on the Browns, so I don't love that. Yeah, and he had a lot of dud games last year as well. Like he had some 10 carry, 24-yard games or something like that, which is not too nice.
Yeah, as someone who picked him up off of waivers like right before week 1 started in my PPR league, I had Sampson and Quinshon Judkins, and I was just like, let's see what happens. One of them is going to work out. I was like quickly happy with the Quinshon Judkins production, but then it became tough to like lock him in the lineup and know what I was getting. There were a few instances where he did dominate. He got the volume, but he also just like struggled to find the end zone. And that's just the nature of the Browns. Like, I don't think Deshaun Watson is going to come back in any, blaze of glory. I really don't see it. I think he's totally washed. I think he's just checking out, just getting paid and moving on with his life. But he's cosplaying as a quarterback at this point. I don't trust him.
Yeah, the Browns also have a completely new offensive line, which isn't great for the run game.
Are you taking the stack here
Yeah.
pretty quickly? Assuming there's no snipe, but probably not
Yeah,
going to happen.
it's Burrow pretty easily.
When you build it, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, I think it definitely locked in. So.
Honestly, even unstacked, Burrow in the 6th round is a good pick in the Eliminator. Same thing with Jaden Daniels. I'm probably going to have a lot of them. I just think that for value, I think they're the best picks in that 6th round. And yeah, I like them.
Yeah, I was in a draft the other day in Best Ball Guy stream, just watching from the chat, and I was at the 101, and Burrow fell back to me. I didn't have a stack, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I just want the points. Like at 72, I think I'm willing to take him just to have, a good quarterback. Because at the bookend, you can get stuck without one so many times, but you definitely prefer the stack with Burrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Like comes to a point where he's just a good pick. Like I like him a lot more than Drake May. Definitely more than Dak, who actually went before him in this draft here.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a bit shocking. I mean, where Allen went in this is also kind of interesting. Pick 23.
Yeah, in the Eliminator, stacking isn't as important. Like just your base projected points are more important. Definitely helps. Definitely a good thing, but it's not everything.
I mean, if you do get a good week from them, you're probably going to crush though. Like there's teams that still can carry you. The Bengals are one of them, but an appropriate team to love. Palm kind of sucks. It's worth getting a few. It's not the best contest to max.
Yeah, I've done 2 of them. One of them was just like late night when I wanted to do a draft and nothing else was feeling, and the other one was with you last night. So yeah. I don't love the 900 seat finals. The Hound Dog they just came out with as well is like over 900 in the final, and yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, it just forces you to only look at like week 17. Like if you're not hyper focusing on the matchups and picking from that, I'm not really sure why you're entering at a high rate other than just to have some fun. But
yeah, the Hound Dog's better than the Palm, but I still don't love it. It's a 6 entry max, I think, or 5 entry max. I think
6. Yeah, we have Devontae. Are we stacking Hurts?
Oh yeah, dude, let's take him. Then we can just stop at 2 quarterbacks as well if we want.
Yeah, really beautiful fall there. Pick 78, 11 spots.
Yeah,
I don't really get it. That doesn't quite make much sense to me. I guess Mekhi Lemon's still on the board, so no one had the other stacking partner, but still, that's kind of shocking in this. I mean, Herbert went 73. I don't mind that, but Hurts falling past everyone else is notable.
Yeah, Hurts and Trevor next to each other. I don't know about that. Unless he really is just washed.
Okay, now I understand soothing sound. I think I trust Hurts in the 7th pretty well.
Yeah, I like it. I'll take it. Tush push still active as well.
That's all I need to know. Give me a dozen touchdowns on the ground locked in, most likely. And
yeah, I don't know how often they're gonna actually run the tush push this year. I think they'll probably be less than last year, but still gonna be there.
I think if they start having a bunch of false starts, once it was officiated much more, under much tighter scrutiny, it seemed like it did seem to blow up in their face, or at least other people at times. And if they really hold them to account, then they might get screwed. But I don't think it's going away for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And we see our boy Parker Washington going above Brian Thomas by quite a bit in this draft. These guys don't ball.
Yeah, if Hurts had not been there, you would have been investing in Brian Thomas again. So you got lucky.
I mean, Cisa or Godwin, I'm kind of cool with either of them.
I think they're both pretty fine. They have the same bye week, so no real tiebreaker. ADP says Sutton. I have more Godwin, so I'm fine with Sutton.
Sure, let's do it.
He could still score like another 8-10 touchdowns. It's still possible.
Yeah, week 10 bye. We have Devonta Smith and Jalen Hurts, but it's not too bad. It's another week 10 bye. Who cares? We get the
making it to
value,
week 10.
and he can get touchdowns.
Absolutely. I think from a floor standpoint, he's not bad, and he will spike randomly. Like there are times when Cortland Sutton puts up a top 10 week in fantasy, like 100 yards and touchdown is not that egregious for him to produce. So I like it. I think now that he's fallen into the 8th very consistently, I take him a bit more. Pick 91. If this is like his consistent ADP, he will be on my team a little bit more often. But want to shout out Goofy Chicken in here. What's up, drafters? Salute to you. C. Vitrano saying, nice team so far. Appreciate you. The dynamic duo, says Jamie. Back at again. Week 6 and week 10. Is that what we got to be mindful of? I think so.
Yeah, that's both our quarterbacks as well. Burrow week 6, Hurts week 10. So definitely need to be mindful. And that's like kind of the disadvantage with stacking as well, is you really pile up those bye weeks and have to watch for that.
Absolutely. That's the volatility of the stack. And that's where I think when people say I'm trying to draft the floor in this, I think that's maybe what they mean. Like not necessarily just like 9-point players every week, but like trying to avoid a cataclysm of like a bunch of zeros, and buys can do that. So if Godwin makes it back, that'd be kind of interesting.
I would still take him, like, fuck the buy. Like, I would just take him 14 picks past ADP. I like Pittman as well.
I think Pittman's
I'd probably just take one of those guys, then we can.
I will say though, our running back room is
a
little
we
thin.
Do take the running back. Let's go Kenny G.
It's another week 10, but I don't give a shit at all.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, we don't have a week 10 running back, so.
Yeah, at running back, we did not have week 10. So that's where I'm like, who cares?
And if we make it to week 10, that's a pretty nice payout as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think we can still piece it together just fine. What's up, Bayou? How you doing? Welcome in. Check out Bayou Bengal FN as well, friend of the channel. And not sure when yet, but we'll be joining Bayou on his channel. At least I will, for a live stream soon. He was on our channel a couple weeks ago, and check that out if you haven't done so. Young Buck, Jeary. Who knows?
If you make it to week 10, like if you make it past 9, you make it to week 10, that's a $500 payout still. So
nothing to sneeze at.
Nice. And yeah, we always learning out here, man. We always learning.
No one's ever done learning. And anyone that tells you they know everything, lying to you. But Goombas with a question for the Eliminator. Don't you think you have way too much draft capital in one bye week?
Maybe
we were bringing it up. We might, but I don't think 3 players week 6. I don't think that's too much. We have 4 players week 10 right now, but they're not all in the same position or team. The draft isn't over. Draft's not over.
Yeah, it's thin, but at the same point, you got to make it to those weeks as well. And like just drafting diverse bye weeks doesn't mean you're going to draft a good team. And in a tournament like this, where you're getting matched up 1v1 against someone every week, luck is very important. So we're kind of hoping luck is on our side a little bit too. Maybe we get matched up with some other people who also have a lot of the same bye weeks.
It's always a coin flip. Each week is a 50-50 shot, and it's going to depend on who you're paired up with. You know, the pod you're in ultimately decides a lot of fate. You could have an elite team and it still loses by 2 points.
Yeah.
Do
receiver, there kind of is a bit of a tier break after these guys. We don't need a quarterback. Tight ends, no one's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm willing to fade tight end for another round. For me, it's either Worthy or Brooks.
Yeah, I'll take Worthy. He has a different bye week. And if Rice happens to get suspended, which I don't know if he will, but Worthy could be a little better earlier in the season.
I would doubt it on a Rashee Rice suspension, but I do think that Worthy might benefit from, just a little extra training camp. He had surgery on his torn labrum this offseason. That definitely needed to be repaired. And that's really the only thing I need to concern myself with, whether or not I trust Worthy. I think if Worthy's healthy, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. We're not spending an egregious price. Like, what is this? Wide receiver 50 off the board? Worthy, when he hits our lineup, is going to provide much better than that. His spike week capability is pretty good.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know if he actually even got any 20-point weeks last year.
Last year he sucked.
Yeah, hopefully it was just a sophomore slump, and he can prove to be a round 1 wide receiver. But we'll see. The Chiefs' offense is definitely interesting this year.
I think Mahomes will probably be ready week 1. I saw a little interview with Andy Reid on the Rich Eisen show when I was like scrolling social earlier, and he was pressing Andy Reid on like, so is Mahomes going to be available week 1? And Reid's not going to give anything away, but Eisen makes this point of like the schedule makers kind of know. They gave him Denver week 1. I don't think they're giving him Denver if that's, the Mahomes Bo Nix situation is not on the slate. And maybe that indicates that Bo Nix is also probably going to be healthy week 1. But that's something to look out for. That's the only issue when maybe taking a Chief. Perhaps week 1 they could be stuck with Fields.
Yeah, I would assume Bo Nix is healthy week 1, and definitely seems like Mahomes will be as well. Just don't think he'll really be running much, which hurts his fantasy value. Oh, dude, I don't know if I can do Jonathan Brooks, man. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do
it. He came back, bro.
Oh, no, dude.
I really want it. We don't have that many running backs, man.
I would take Kelsey right here. I know it's another week 5 bye, but we don't have a tight end yet.
I really want to veto you, but you're the guest.
Oh my God,
we'll do
dude.
We'll do
oh
it.
my
That's
God.
fine.
Jonathan Brooks scares me, man. He's done nothing. I know running backs are important in this.
Think of the upside, man. Like, if he just stays healthy, he's better than Chuba Hubbard, bro. He's better than Chuba Hubbard.
Oh, he's so gross.
No, he's not, man. Have you looked at his college stats? He was fucking killing it in Texas.
That was like 8 years ago.
It was only 3 years ago.
He goes right after it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to get woke to Jonathan Brooks. Well, at least people do like him.
Consider this. His price is rising. He's been consistently in the 10th lately, and maybe in this format he loses value because week 1 it's probably Chuba's job. Like, he probably isn't like a workhorse week 1. That's probably my guess. But I do think he's going to steal the job inevitably. I'm not convinced that Chuba will stay healthy. He usually struggles to do that. And Brooks has more draft capital. Brooks is the flyer. On the other hand, I don't like the Panthers very much this year. I don't feel good about them, winning games, being a good game script. But like, I think Brooks is the most talented running back they have. So they're going to give him a chance. But Peppertoni, we took him last night, and he's a staple on my round 18 clicks. So our boy is still looming.
Yeah, we've been drafting some Trevor Etienne. We're not afraid.
If they drafted him this year in the 4th round, everyone will be taking him. That's the only reason they're not. It's the Blake Corum argument. He did nothing year 1.
In the 4th round last year.
Yeah, he was a 4th round pick last year. He was like right after Scatterbo.
Here's the question: what's the difference between Trevor Etienne and Jonah Coleman?
An extra year on the bench. We're on the clock.
I like Likely.
I'm fine with Likely.
Do you like Diggs?
Bye is week 8. We have enough receivers. I don't need Diggs. I don't love the running backs. That's why I kind of wanted Brooks.
Bad.
We'll take Likely. I can't come around on skid marks. Your boy Woody just doesn't inspire me.
You don't like popping Woodies?
Not in the 12th round.
Yeah, it is a little early. Maybe Jonathan Brooks was the pick right there. There was no other running backs that go after him until Keaton Mitchell. Maybe I'm wrong on it. Maybe I need to get woke. But
I at least think you need to take him when he falls, because if you don't have any of him, understand, like, he's only going to go up. He's only moving up. The hype train will get steamed way out of proportion. His rookie year, he was like an 8th round pick. You know, like, people believe in Jonathan Brooks. So I think it's just a matter of time. There's going to be some camp videos. He's going to look good. He's going to look fast, you know, without pads. There's going to be a little hype train. And, you know, Chuba's just not inspiring enough. So that, I think, alone will pump up his ADP. I think you should take him when he falls.
Yeah, I had 0% Jonathan Brooks his rookie year. And when he falls, I think I have like a couple shares. And I got him like in the 140s, 150s when he fell a couple times there. So I do have a couple shares. Let me check right now.
I remember his rookie season,
two.
I had like maybe 3%, and I took Chuba a lot more.
Yeah, I have 2 shares of Brooks in the puppy. Both are going to be like in the 140s or 150s.
That was a good price, you know. That was a nice price. I have a shit ton of him when he was in the 160s. When I've been chasing him up the board since like February.
Yeah, I'm just a little biased against the injured guys, and he's proven nothing in the NFL, like literally nothing. So
it's a fair argument against him. I don't think you are unreasonable to have some hesitation with Brooks, but I think that backfield is valuable, and I think we should kind of take everyone there except Chuba. Like, Chuba's the one I'm taking the least of, but I'll take a decent amount of Brooks, like 10%. I'll take about 8% ETN, and then I'll be underweight. Your boy's back on the clock.
Just do it. Another week 8 bye, but who cares?
At this stage, it's more about like the positional situation. If we have Chase Brown, Kenny Gainwell in our lineup week 8, I think we'll be all right. We don't have any receivers of the week 8 bye, so we're all right.
We'll definitely need luck on our side, but I'm okay with that.
I'm willing to push it. I will say though, I gotta know, man, why do you like Woody Marks so much? What did he do last year that convinced you he's a good pick?
I think he's just going to be playing football this year, and he's going to be on the field, and he can catch some passes.
That's in an offense that has a bad O-line and struggles to score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Plus your boy Montgomery coming into town, stealing his thunder.
I like David Montgomery a lot too. I just think he's going to have a role. That's pretty much it. Keep it simple.
Think he will catch passes. I think he'll get like maybe 4 targets a game in an optimistic lens, but I just don't see it, man. Even if he gets like a Montgomery injury and he's like getting 20 touches a week, like he had one good game last year. I didn't fall for it last year. I'm not falling for it again.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of him post draft. In the Eliminator at 150 though, with Isaiah Pacheco going in front of him, I don't think it's a bad click.
Nah, I mean, until Najee Harris steals Pacheco's job.
Yeah. Now, I don't think we can take Jalen McMillan. I don't think we can afford another week 10 bye. No. We could take Strange if we want to be done at tight end.
I don't hate it.
We could take Sampson if we want a running back.
I don't want Sampson. I don't want Sampson here at all. I'll go Strange.
Emmanuel Wilson.
I think Strange is fine.
Okay, then we can be done at 3 tight ends. Feel good about our 3.
Our 2 QBs.
I like our 2 quarterbacks. And then probably 6 running backs, 7 receivers.
Yeah, I think that's that math checks out. So yeah, for sure we need some more running back depth. Would you have interest in this format also taking Sean Tucker with Gainwell, or not at all?
I don't know. A couple drafts ago, I took a team where I had Kyron and Blake Corum because Corum fell way past ADP. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, do I like the handcuff in this on like a backfield that can go back and forth? And I kind of do. Sean Tucker's cheap enough where it could just be decent and he could just be the goal line back. That's pretty much just a super Bucky fade. He gets taken right there. Uh, really early. Wow, 167. Not sure
Might
if
be
that's because we're talking about him.
you speak it into existence, whether they're hearing or not. Just the brainwaves traveled.
Yeah, man, get woke to Sean Tucker.
Is this the game? Is this the Hound Dog? Says game tight. No, we're in the Eliminator tonight, and our next one will be the Pit Bull. FYI. Lion, Mr. Hallie Lion agrees with you. Says Woody is going to get it done. Bukowski also fading Jonathan Brooks. I mean, Trevor Etienne is going in round 21. So can I interest you in a Trevor Etienne Bukowski? Feel like that would be right up your alley. 100 to 150 points with some usable weeks seems fine for Mark's price. That 100 to 150, I disagree. That is like
I think it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans just want to run the ball 30 times a game and take it out of Stroud's hands.
I mean, I just don't think they're going to have the snaps. I feel like they're going to go 3 and out a little too often to do that. But that's my Texans hate, perhaps.
Sanka's on the clock. I kind of like Emmanuel Wilson here.
I would agree. I do think he is a very interesting pick in this format with the Charbonnet, just completely worthless in my opinion. Wilson probably holds off the rookie from like just total workhorse production early on, so I'm down.
Well, they said they weren't going to give him like a bell cow role right away, and they brought Emmanuel Wilson in free agency, so getting a role early on I think is there. So I kind of like the pick in this format.
Yeah, this format particularly, I think it's pretty chill. Like if you were in the Pomeranian, probably close to worthless, probably not going to contribute very much. But this is not that format whatsoever.
Yeah. Now, also another question. What is the difference between Trevor Etienne and Jonah Coleman?
It's just the rookie hype, man. It's just the rookie mystery box that we haven't seen yet. That's really all it is. It's the I think when you like claim, like when you plant your flag and say that this rookie is like all that and definitely the guy you need, no one can like push back on you in a way that like you get buried. You know what I mean? Like there's always the element of like, yeah, let's hope for the best, like there's kind of a safety net of like, we just don't know for a fact what this rookie's going to do. So I think ultimately that's all it is. But there just wasn't much steam for Trevor last year, at least with Dobbins. Like Dobbins probably gets hurt, but you can say the same thing about Jonathan Brooks. Sean Payton, I guess, is the only other variable remaining, but I think it's just he's a rookie and we've never seen it before.
Yeah, that's fair. Better team, better situation for sure. Although honestly, you could argue Trevor Etienne's in a better situation. I feel like that job is probably more up for grabs than Dobbins and Harvey. Now, if Sampson's still there, okay, he gets taken. I like Debo.
I like Debo too. Yeah. I think Debo's a very, very safe pick.
Hope he doesn't have a week 10 bye.
Yeah, hopefully we are in the clear, but we also get him 20 spots past ADP. So
yeah, that's quite nice.
Very good price on Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I think we're doing okay in this draft. Hopefully some of these running backs like Skid Marks and Wilson can hit our lineup a couple times. Marshawn Lloyd gets taken off the board. Your boy.
Here's the thing. I never took him before, 2 days ago. So given the situation, I'm willing to have a week where I sprinkle him in, like in the grand scheme of things, if things don't change in his favor, if I wind up with 2% just because I took him like 5 times this week, I'm not going to be upset with that.
Yeah, that's fair. I just don't trust that he stays healthy either. Another guy who hasn't proven anything.
Well, so are you taking Chris Brooks then, or are you just assuming they bring in somebody else if Jacobs goes to prison?
I took Chris Brooks in one Best Ball Mania. So there's that.
For $25.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I actually like that team too. I'm pulling it up right now. It was a 5 running back team. My 5 running backs are Ashton Jeanty, Travis Etienne, Tony Pollard, Chris Rodriguez, and Chris Brooks. So I got the Chris correlation.
There
That's
it is.
good.
You should have taken Jonathan Brooks to have a double Chris and a double Brooks, though.
Oh, dude, that'd be pretty wild.
That's what you needed.
That's a $2 million team right there. But
Lock it in.
I took him because I have Jordan Love with Christian Watson and Jaden Reed. So pretty big bet on that Packers offense already. Might as well dive in a little deeper.
I don't know about
Now,
you.
right here,
Tesla got a little fall. So
what are our bye weeks?
week 6 for 7 and 7 for them, but
I like Trey Harris one Tesla here.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I like it. And
there was a news blurb
back with our last pick.
Yeah, we spoke about 6 running backs for sure. I think our team's coming together. I think our quarterback room is really dope, really sweet. But tight ends
quarterbacks are good. Tight ends are solid.
Just a little questionable at running back, perhaps, in terms of depth. But up top, we should be chilling. And I think Kenny Gainwell is going to crush it at 102. I really do.
Yeah, at the same time, though, like leaning into CMC and Chase Brown, these guys can both be top 10 running backs, and having them both on your team is just valuable. So we have good receiver depth, and hopefully one of those other running backs can hit our flex often as well. And that's pretty much all we're asking for.
Yeah, we should have some good dart throws every single week. I think the upside case for some of these guys is really through the roof, and then the consistent touchdown production from at least the first 3. Like I can project 10 touchdowns for the first 3 pretty easily. You know, maybe even Sutton. So that should keep us.
I feel great about our receivers. Love the Debo fall. It's just because he's unsigned, but he's going to play somewhere this year.
Yeah, his ADP will not be 187 once that contract goes through. And I think the AJ Brown domino is what's holding all of this up. You know, like we would have some traction with some of these players. I don't like it's like Jawan Jennings. They don't want to go unsigned for a long time. You know, they don't have to practice, so I guess they don't mind too much. But a team would like to not have the ambiguity of like somebody else could take him if they really want him.
Yeah, let's see running backs.
Your boy.
I do like some Justice Hill. I think in the Eliminator, it's a pretty good pick too.
Not Chris Brooks
is exciting. He does have a week 11 bye, the same as Wilson, but also that's week 11 bye is really late. We're drafting him for early season.
I'm not dying to go Justice Hill, I'll be honest. For me, it's Chris Brooks.
Yeah, let's just take Chris Brooks. Let's lean into the ambiguity right now. Week 11 bye, who cares? If we make it there, I'm pretty happy with that. And it's our last 2 running backs on the team.
Also, like there's a chance that Jacobs just gets suspended too. You know, like that's also life, whether he misses the full season or not. Like week 1, at the moment, it looks like maybe taking Chris Brooks or Marshawn Lloyd has some validity to it. But if Chris Brooks is cheaper, I'll probably have more Chris Brooks.
Yeah, if he just gets like 12 touches for, 50 yards and a touchdown, it's a pretty good round 18 pick.
Well, also LaFleur typically likes to run the football a lot. They don't have any other bodies, like especially if you want to talk yourself into the full fade on Marshawn Lloyd. Like right now, it would be Chris Brooks pretty vehemently getting the touches, but they probably sign a veteran.
I would think so.
All right, so let's recap this team. We go with a 2-6-7-3. We got Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, both stacked up. We got high-end starters. Good floor every week. I think we're chilling with just 2. CMC, Chase Brown in the first 2 rounds, trusting they stay healthy, trusting they deliver. Kenny G is our RB3, a good value if the Bucky situation continues to cause questions. Woody Marks at a 10-pick fall for our boy Jeary here. Emmanuel Wilson, we both like that value in this Eliminator contest. And then Chris Brooks just for the fade on Josh Jacobs. But receiver, we took Devontae Smith in the 3rd, then T. Higgins in the 4th, Adams in the 5th, Sutton in the 8th. We got Worthy in the 10th, and then we got a 20-pick discount on Deebo Samuel. Nice little minor discount on Trey Harris. He's also a name that's just being ignored, but pretty good receiver depth. And then tight end, really fun trio with Kelsey, Likely, and Strange. Good touchdown upside, spike week potential. I like it, man. I think we're in business. We're in business.
I like it. We'll have to see if Jonathan Brooks would have been the key to this or not. That'll be the big question, but I like how it turned out for sure.
Structurally, had we taken Brooks, I guess maybe Woody Marks probably would have still been on the team at that discount. Maybe it wasn't Emmanuel Wilson. So let's say Jonathan Brooks and Pat Freiermuth your boy Kate Otten. How about that? Brooks and Kate Otten for Kelsey and Emmanuel Wilson. Does that sound appealing to you in hindsight?
I mean, I like Kelsey and Wilson right there, especially for the Eliminator early in the season.
That's fair. For the Eliminator specifically, Brooks may be a bad pick, but we'll see. We'll find out. I'll take a look at Jones Carbs real quick and Sanka's team just because they're in here with us, but then we'll hop into draft number 2 very shortly. Joan was at is it just John? I know he's in your lobby sometimes.
Yeah, I just call him Jonathan.
All right, so Jonathan went Baker, Stroud, and Daniel Jones. Bucky, Warren, Corum, B-Rob, Kamara, Bigsby, and James. A lot of handcuffs late. That's an interesting strategy. Amon-Ra, London, Rashi, so really strong at receiver with Pierce, Pittman, and Ayuk as the 6th. A little thin, but I get it. McBride and Okonkwo. What do you think? A little too much at running back, perhaps?
It's going to be tough in the Eliminator at running back for sure. But if Bucky turns out to just be good, if Jalen Warren is just a starter, if Blake Corum carves out a 50-50 role, and then you get some injuries late, it could work. Receiver, you're definitely hoping Rice is there early on and they carry you a little bit. And Trey McBride's sneaky on that team. So it's whether you can just get the running back points or not.
Yeah, I think there's some risk in the very early, like even week 1. You told me Bucky's not healthy. I could see, some tricky, like you're got to trust Warren and Corum a lot there. But it's not, if it can advance and running back fixes itself quickly, it's got a shot. But lastly, Sanka, Daniels, Darnold, and Cousins. I know you like Daniels. Cousins is interesting in this.
I actually just drafted Cousins in the Eliminator I did on my stream before this. I had Trey Tucker. I took him round 18, and I had a 3-4-8-3. So I'm thinking, I don't need another receiver. I don't need another tight end. I don't need another running back. Might as well just take a quarterback who can get us some points, because I had Daniels and Tyler Shuck as my quarterbacks with a week 7 and 8 bye. So Cousins could just be playing during those bye weeks, which will help my team.
Yeah, I feel like if he keeps them competitive early, he has a chance to stay on the field for a minute. I don't think they're gonna yank him immediately. They will yank him eventually, because I don't think he can, just be a playoff team instantly. But I could see him have an 8-10 week runway if he delivers. But he's got Price, Ramondre, Dobbins, Rashad. He's got Marshawn Lloyd at 188, and then James Conner. So hoping that maybe Conner goes to Green Bay as well. And then JSN, Nico, Tet, Godwin, Shaheed. You got Godwin at 101. Omar Cooper, Ryan Flournoy, and then Bowers, Schultz. Not bad with the Bowers cherry on top. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't love the running back room, though. I think you wanted to be carried by Ramondre and Dobbins early on. Price, not my favorite guy in the Eliminator, kind of fading the rookies a little bit.
I think that's fair. The Dobbins early season going to be very important for sure. But some competitive teams, I think we have a shot in that one, but we'll see what ends up happening. I'm going to hop into a pit bull with Jeary here. We'll give y'all a little countdown, though. Just a quick reminder before we do that. Head over down in the description, subscribe to Jeary Football over on his channel. Hit that like button. We're on to draft 2. Honestly, I have no idea how many people are watching. I don't have the the stream up on a separate tab.
I'm not
to be
looking
honest with
either.
you. So I'm just trusting the vibes, but also like I've also been trying not to ask for it. It's too early in the stream. But one quick reminder to everyone, in case you are new to Underdog, in case you are interested, we got the promo available. You can play your first $5, get $50 in bonus funds on Underdog. Sign up code BLUNT. That link is also in the description. I'll leave this banner, this little ticker up for a little bit as a little shameless self-promotion. But without further ado, we'll hop into that Pitbull. Give you a 10-second countdown. I believe that the delay is about 6-7 seconds. So I will be joining in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And there are 5 spots left. If you want it, come and get it. Down to 1 spot, so filling quickly. And a quick reminder on this tournament, got to finish top 2 in this pod. That's critical. But if we do, then it's down to 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5. And then the final is beautiful. Only 156 people in the final. The min cash in the finals, 500. That's, that's what, week 10 in the Eliminator, but a chance at
that's pretty nice.
Chance pretty at 100K. Nice. Not bad.
Yeah, 100K up top for a 10 entry max is nice, with the playoff structure not being too bad either. And we get the 11. A lot of friends and family in this one as well.
For sure. I see Taken Dollars, King Calorie at the 101, P Punch at 5, Jonathan in here again, 107, Anonymous. Bayou's in here. What's up, Bayou? Libra in here again, and then Soupso at the 112. I'm not sure about Dynacore, but with the bronze badge, we did not luck out. 2 teams in front of us both got bronze badges.
So you're still rocking the red?
Yeah. I'm not gonna pretend like I've have done more than I only got the red last year, man. So like it is what it is. Most of the drafts are on stream.
I'm not bad shaming you. I have a bronze. You know.
Congrats. If I had to guess, I'm probably at like 1,600. That's my guess.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that far over 2,000. I don't do any of the dailies. That's where you really get your volume in.
Right.
So I'm an off-season drafter, and I don't think I'm that close to the silver.
What's the silver? Is that 3K? 5? Okay.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, that makes sense to double.
And then I think 10 is gold. And then
there's the 20, 50, and 100.
Is it 20? Yeah, there's one other one, and then 50 and 100.
25.
It's like a 50 and 100 one too, which is wild. They released like how many people were in that, and there's like 30 people have the 100K. 100,000 drafts is wild, dude.
That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. But promo code BLUNT gets you $50 in bonus funds. You can get up to
a few drafts.
Get 10 puppies under your belt.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you like here? Are you Jefferson?
Oh, I would have said Gene T. I don't draft a lot of Jefferson. I'm cool to get a share of him here. I know a lot of people like him.
I don't mind it.
Probably like James Cook more.
Do you want Cook? I'm either way.
Let's take JJ.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take him when he falls. And one thing about these kind of tournaments is
back on the clock.
Don't mind. Saquon's usually my go-to. We can take Hampton here.
I have so much Hampton. I'm fine mixing in Saquon if you want him.
Okay, let's take Saquon. Get a week 10 bye week. I find myself drafting a lot of Saquon at this back turn here. Pull up Achan. But Justin Jefferson, like, I don't mind. I don't have a lot of him, and I don't mind taking him in a tournament like this where it's a bit of a higher buy-in at $20, and it's only a 10 entry max. So as far as my exposure in this specific tournament, I'm gonna be like at exposure or overexposed with just one share. So I feel a little bit better about that portfolio-wise too.
Yeah, I keep looking at his schedule, man, especially in the playoff weeks. I feel like he's going to be really helpful to get you to week 17 He's home against Detroit, home against Washington, really bad secondaries. Like maybe Brian Branch does something, but I would assume he fucking goes off weeks 15 and 16. So I think if you can advance with Jefferson to the playoffs, I think he's going to be a good piece to have. Not going to lie. I also really like the Kyler edition with the, JJ McCarthy competition. Did you see the clip today going around between the two of them?
No.
They were asked the same question of just like, what's it like? What's your relationship like with, the other one in the building? And like, Kyler's very professional, like I'm the vet. I've been here 8 years. I'm happy to help any way I can. We got a great relationship, just pretty business stuff. And then JJ McCarthy's like, yeah, it's like being back in high school and like you're in class. And then there's just like the guy next to you that's also, it's up to the teacher, the coaches to just, get us prepared. But he's just like my buddy in high school.
I knew JJ was a bust when he wore that fucking gray suit, like to the draft or after getting drafted. He's wearing that baggy gray suit with the snapback on. Like there's no aura there. I'm sorry, JJ. You can read as many Marcus Aurelius quotes as you want, but the aura is not there. So I'm glad they wasted a first-round pick on him.
I wouldn't run into a wall for JJ McCarthy. I'll say that. He's such a cornball. He's in Minnesota, but from my time in Minnesota, I feel like they would describe him as if he was from Wisconsin. I feel like apparently that's like a big dig if you're in Minnesota. Granted, if you're in the Midwest everywhere else, they just say, "Oh, that guy's just from Minnesota," and that's the dig. So,
sorry, Tyler.
Either way.
Sorry, PPR Tyler.
Minnesota's weird, man. Minnesota's a strange place. I spent a little time there, but
yeah, I'm in Canada land. I don't know too much about it.
I'm real scared the age fall off with Saquon. He couldn't get those 20-yard carries very much last year. The explosiveness wasn't quite there, but he can still deliver. Rashi's available.
You know what? I don't mind taking a share of Rashi here.
I mean, it's not your money, right? But pick 35, I'm willing to do it too. I'm willing to do it.
The thing is, in like a time box tournament like this, getting the late value feels a little better, and maybe he avoids suspension.
He probably avoids suspension. It's just like recovering in jail can't be good. And then he's also just a head case. Fuck up again.
I would take some T. Higgins too.
We took him last time. I'm down. I kind of like
week 6 bye, but who cares?
I don't give a shit. I kind of like when I go Jefferson because it's always on this side of the board. You don't always get the best running back values at this 3-4 turn. I kind of really like setting up a triple wide receiver start in the first 4 rounds with Jefferson. I actually really like it.
Yeah, I usually find myself going 2 running backs, 2 receivers when I'm pretty much pick 10, 11, or 12. But it feels kind of nice to lean into like a hero running back. Maybe Saquon does just find the fountain of youth a little bit. I think a lot of people are a little quick to jump the gun on the age thing in fantasy football sometimes. Like, how many years have we been saying that about Derrick Henry? How many years have we been saying that about Devontae Adams? And these guys are still just producing. Sure, they might have slowed down a little bit, but they're still just really good.
Sorry, real quick. I'm realizing we had the second pick of the 4th round. So that's the 402. I think I owe Anthony a rip, actually. So, sure. Let's do it. We had the 402. I think that's a good omen. But
there you go, man.
I understand your argument. Like, I've been very quick to be on that side of the bandwagon, like fade the touches for Saquon. He's probably going to break down. He's getting older. He's had some issues in the past. I'm the Tank Bigsby guy. So like, I definitely understand that argument, But a big argument I have for Tank Bigsby is like you also just want the Eagles backfield. Like that's kind of the main point. And until Saquon goes down, it's definitely his job. They pay him like isn't he the highest paid running back, if not number 2 to CMC by like a very close margin or something? Like I think he gets paid like 20 mil. Like he's not
Yeah,
going.
they also gave him a long extension in the future.
Yeah, until he breaks down, he should be good. He was very inefficient last year, but it's still the Eagles, and there's still probably enough reasons to trust it. Plus, he had the Madden curse last year. If anything, he might bounce back.
Good point.
I like Tank Bigsby. I'm still taking him a shit ton, but I'm coming around to like my argument for Bigsby can also just be applied to Saquon, who already has the job.
Yeah, their whole team was bad last year.
Mm-hmm. Weird vibes. DJ Moore comes back. I feel like I've taken him a shit ton with you.
Yeah,
We
I'm
already
taking
have
DJ
3
Moore.
receivers.
I don't really care. We got a pretty big fall. I'll lean into it.
Let's do it.
And then on the way back, I think we either look at Price or Burrow.
Right. I think Burrow gets
taken.
So one of these 2 running backs would be my call.
Yeah, I don't have a lot. Tutu gets taken, so I'm cool. Price.
Let's do it. I think we just need another running back before a big drop off. And there's there's good quarterbacks coming back at the next turn.
Yeah, I like our receiver room. Plus, having Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, DJ Moore makes me feel better about having Rice on the team as well.
Mm-hmm.
In case he does get suspended or is slow to start the year after the rehab, we can cover those points a little bit.
Yeah, we could have an elite receiver room if the 4 of them lock in, but Rice, we can tolerate the risk with this approach. Yeah, it's didn't I take DJ Moore with you like twice yesterday, if not all 3 times?
Yeah, we've drafted a lot of DJ Moore, but I don't hate it.
I've been all in for it, and I don't really understand why he's now like starting to fall again. Like he signed in Buffalo, and obviously it was like, okay, well, you could get him at pick 90, so maybe we don't take him too high, and he just settled in the mid 50s, slowly got to like pick 51, pick 47, the 4-5 turn, and then now he's just trickling back down. Like people aren't grabbing him with Allen to like the team with Allen decided to pass for Loveland and Adams. King Calorie didn't give a shit, and then nobody else wants him. I don't get it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Knox says, not sold on Moore, though. His production has gone down each year, and he couldn't thrive in Ben Johnson's offense. Yeah, but this is an offense he grew up in with Joe Brady back in Carolina. It's not like they have any other weapon to steal his thunder. So I think he kind of wore out his welcome, but like his first year in a new environment, I think he could have a breath of life. His first year in Chicago was fucking elite. I think there's a real high spike chance. Like, I don't know if it's going to be as good as Diggs was that first year in Buffalo. Diggs had like 1,500 yards, something like that. But I think DJ Moore is just like a lock for 1,100 and probably like 11 touchdowns. No, probably closer to like 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, they traded a lot for him too. And he's clearly the number 1 in Buffalo. We like the Buffalo offense. They are like a primarily running team, but like what's his competition?
The Pipple? Oh, what's his competition?
No, like on the field, like no one. Like Dalton Kincaid might be his biggest competition. Khalil Shakir, I don't like.
I'm not worried about it at all.
Me neither.
Would you have any interest in pulling up Mahomes around this turn? I'd definitely do it in the 8th round, but would you have any interest in it at the 8th click?
I think I would rather take a skill position player here.
First I go Rico, to be completely honest, but
I like Rico. I think we could use some running back points too. It gives us a different bye week as well.
Yeah, this is my down for that.
Yeah, I'm cool with Rico.
Okay,
and then could pull up Mahomes with Rice. I don't have a lot of Mahomes, But I might be more inclined to take like a Tucker Kraft or Chris Godwin. Godwin gets taken, and then hopefully we could double tap Kyler and Love at the next turn.
Mm-hmm. We could be victim to the Addison snipe. I'm willing to push it, but I do think Mahomes in this range isn't bad. Kraft does go.
Kraft does go. Sure, we might as well just take Mahomes. Not get boxed out at quarterback. I don't think we're missing out on too much value at other positions either. Kraft is kind of the only one I would have considered.
I think if Kraft or Jaden Reed were available, you would have sold me for sure.
Yeah, Jaden Reed, Libra has him with only Caleb Williams, only one running back in Hampton as well. So maybe he's going to be looking at Love before us. Addison's still on the board. And Christian Watson, where did he get taken? He got taken right before us as well. And that guy has 0 quarterbacks. So probably a good chance one of those guys takes Love. So
yeah,
getting Mahomes there, big bet on Rice makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think the odds of that happening, given the Reed Watson quarterback situation, for sure probably wouldn't happen. But I have noticed that Addison's been falling a little bit lately, and especially if he falls to the 9th, then that removes the stacking option from anyone too. That might happen here, so we could definitely make it out okay if Kyler isn't pulled up.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised he's slowly falling. Probably should be with the oh damn.
Bayous have said it's not, it wasn't me that did it. I'm definitely someone that'll do it, but
he rage clicked that Dak Prescott so hard. Said, I don't care if I don't have a stack. I'm taking Dak. I want a quarterback. Already made my mind up. That sucks though.
McNova liking our start so far.
Yeah, I think it's a fun start.
It is fun.
We're betting a lot on Saquon, Price, and Dowdle. Hopefully Dowdle can take over the starting role over the season. Hopefully Jadarian Price can prove himself to be a good draft pick and get like a bulk of the carries in Seattle. And our receiver room fucks.
Yeah, no, the receiver room is in great standing.
So we are seeing quarterbacks go as well.
The Addison drafter did take Bo Nix, so we have a logistical shot for Kyler. So
yeah,
we might make
quarterbacks off the board. Yeah,
have
Kyler
you noticed Dart's
definitely makes sense.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were saying Dart falling?
Have you noticed Dart keeps falling? Are you
just
attributing that to neighbors, or do you think it's a legit decision to?
I mean, it feels like it's been correlated with neighbors. Feels like it's been at the same time. I like buying the dip. I don't have a ton of Dart 4 at like the expensive price, so when he's falling, I don't mind taking him, and he has backstacking options available too.
For sure. I'm curious what Dino will do because he doesn't have a quarterback yet, but he's got the badge.
Jordan Love.
Who knows?
He can take Love.
He goes
Love
golden.
A stack. Goes golden. So Kyler, yeah. Kyler's the pick. And then it's Kyle Pitts, Michael Pittman, or Kenneth Gainwell. Actually, a running back we might need the most right here.
I think
KG might be the pick. We've taken a lot of him.
Soup sniped him.
Rodriguez. I know a lot of people hate C-Rod. I don't mind him.
I don't mind him at all. I wouldn't mind going Worthy, but he's also actually off the board. So yeah, C-Rod's fine.
Yeah, and I think we can push tight end a little bit. I'd rather get more solid at running back. I know a lot of people hate Chris Rodriguez. I know a lot of people think he's the worst click on the board, but could just be one of those guys that has a random good season,
I want the Jags backfield. Like we didn't get Tootin, so the opposite bet definitely viable. I think his history with Liam Cohen gives him some credibility as just a straight good athlete and good like investment for them. Like they know what they're getting. That's the thing. Like it's not like it's just a shot in the dark. The coach knows what he's getting, so there's definitely a plan. They give him enough money. It's a solid bet, but I prefer Gainwell for sure.
Yeah, plus like Tootin, can we even know for sure if he's going to stay healthy the whole year? I know you can play the injury card with everyone, but in a limited role last year, didn't really show to be the most like healthy available guy. Even after a big workload, he was banged up in practice. So I don't know if he can hold up for like enough of a role that warrants his price.
I think that's a legit criticism of him. Still hasn't quite proven it, but you never know. It's not like he was a second round pick or anything. He was also a fourth round pick, like Trevor Etienne.
Yeah, that is true.
But Bob agrees with you. Said C-Rod gonna start. I don't know if I'd go that far locking him in to start, but I don't think he's gonna be like a less than 40% snap guy.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does just start, though. If they want to use him on first down to like just set the tone for the offense, get a few yards, make second and third down a little easier. Makes a little more sense than Tootin.
Maybe get the first snap for sure. Yeah, but I think his main role is just goal line, and then snap share wise, I think he'll be a little bit behind Beischel. Like a 45-55 is what I'm kind of projecting. We are coming back on the clock, my friend. Is there a direction you'd like to go here? I like Goddard, but I don't have a preference, to be honest.
Yeah, Goddard, Kincaid, one of those guys. I do like a Tyrone Tracy if you want to just be done at 5 running backs.
I think who we have top 4 is fine enough to wait. I also don't expect Supso to take one. I'm Goddard over Kincaid, so I'll stick with Goddard.
If you like Goddard, we can take Goddard. Different bye week as well. We do have DJ Moore as well, so maybe we don't need Kincaid on that same team.
That was a little extra tiebreaker in the back of my mind. But
I like Shaheed as well, but I also like getting Tyrone Tracy and just like feeling almost done at 5 running backs.
You want him, you got him. Tyrone Tracy, RB5.
Let's do it. Let's catch up at running back a little bit. And then, because on this team, we're really leaning into Rice just being a good pick. And so, like, the 4 receivers we have are really, really strong.
Mm-hmm. No, unless there's a suspension, we're not looking for extra points in our lineup. Most weeks it's kind of just the bye week and an injury that'll take him out most of the time. So climbing just tuned in. Where did Rice go? We took him at pick 35. Says it's a solid
hey,
pick.
We'll take it. So because neither of us are too big on Rice, but I think it makes sense in this tournament. So let's just take that chance. I mean, maybe it makes a little more sense like a 4 out of 12 advance. Give yourself a little more wiggle room, but 156 final, getting strong receivers feels good, and then catching up at the other positions.
At least on that side of the board, it's less common. So I wasn't taking him very often when he climbed up into the late second. There was a part of me that had a bit of FOMO. I was like, okay, shit, maybe I should take him just a few times just so I have the exposure. But now that he's falling back, this is where I'll willingly take him, because I think between him and Josh Jacobs, I think I'd rather have Rashee Rice as of today.
Yeah, I will say, though, when the news came out that Rice wasn't getting charged or whatever, like charges were dropped, I did say I'm still not too interested on Rice with him going higher. I'm not going to try and catch up because he still has all summer to fuck his life up.
Right.
And that he did.
I never went like crazy exposure, but I at least took him a few times. It's on stream. There's no disputing it. I took him a couple times. I think I labeled it drafting recklessly, and we took him at like pick 20 one day.
Dude, I got him at pick 46 in a big board though, which is pretty
nice. That is very nice.
I got him with the Jamar Chase team, but I got Rice in the 4th round.
That's probably the cheapest he'll ever go if like the ambiguity continues, but I don't really see him ever falling to the 5th.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind taking him at the end of the third or start of the fourth because I wouldn't anticipate him falling to the 5-6 turn.
No, definitely not.
Now, right here, probably need a receiver. I do like Trey Tucker.
You prefer Tucker over your boy Naylor?
I do. I like both of them, and they're probably my top 2 picks. Tucker goes. I do like Naylor. I like him more than the rookies there.
Is there any party that wants to fall on Daniel Jones? The team behind us only has one QB.
We could take him.
You sounded a lot more excited on Naylor. I'm going to trust your gut. Let's stick with the intuition.
Who's
Let's go
our
Naylor.
other quarterback? We have Kyler and Mahomes. Like maybe we could use a third. It is a smaller playoffs and finals, but I think getting a 5th receiver there feels a little better. This guy does take Daniel Jones. I'm cool with pushing it. I wouldn't even mind like a Fernando Mendoza really late if we wanted a third.
Well, his ADP is around this turn, but I'm not really dying to take him. I'm a bit more interested in taking another wide receiver. I wouldn't mind Debo again.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I like Debo. I think he's just the best pick. I don't love Sadiq.
Me neither.
Like we could have taken Sadiq, but he just, I don't know, man. Not excited about it. I don't like it. I'd rather get stronger at receiver.
Up there, but I don't like Hawkinson.
No, not at this price. And I feel like we can push tight end a little bit. Yeah, I feel like we can push tight end.
We're probably looking towards like a 3 tight end build. We only have Goddard so far. So I do think
3 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even getting like a Gunnar Helm, Kate Otten, Pat Fryermuth, getting 2 of those guys with our next 2 picks might be a good move.
Yeah, I don't think we should risk the round 17 approach for tight end. I think odds are just grabbing the 2 we like the most at 15, 16 turn is probably my preferred way to go about it. I've gotten boxed out so many times past pick 200 on like a tight end I'm hoping comes back and just doesn't make it.
Yeah, I don't love having to rely on the Mike Gesicki's of the world.
There's a bit of an argument for maybe like a Terrence Ferguson, Colby Parkinson maybe, but it's just so crowded it's not the comfortable bet to make.
Yeah, I like taking them before they drafted another tight end and re-signed Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, no, they just said fuck you to any dynasty or fantasy hopes that Ferguson would be the guy, or even Parkinson is just like a reliable bet to repeat. Parkinson was fucking good last year, man, but who knows this season? I think if it's not Terrence Ferguson in your lineup, you're taking a major gamble. And speaking of which, Ferguson does go at team 1 at the 14-15 turn.
I think Ferguson's definitely the guy you want in that tight end room. He's the youngest, has the most upside. I mean, youngest besides the rookie, but has the most upside. Had some good reviews in camp last year before he got a hamstring injury, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like Colby Parkinson's going to be a sneaky cut candidate post June 1st. I don't know if there's some contract stuff with that. I don't think he's super cheap, but I know the Rams going to be going all in. So who the fuck knows how they're going to use that?
I think it's going to be so like spread out. The skill set that Ferguson offers is really the only like silver lining of like, this guy can score from 60 yards out. The other tight ends just can't do that. So if you're not going to get consistent targets, give me the spike capability. Give me the house call upside for sure. But Ship My Bread asks, what draft is this? We are in a pit bull, sir. We are in a $20 pit bull with Mahomes and Kyron stacked up. Do you like Njoku? He's fine. Mendoza goes 177 almost. And then Bigsby goes, my boy.
I like Kate Otten. If we can get Kate Otten and Pat Fryermuth, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Let's do that. I definitely think Supso is grabbing at least one tight end here.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't even mind Njoku as well. I do like some Njoku. I think they will use 2 tight ends.
He's going to contribute. It's not going to be as consistent, though, I think, as you might hope. I was really hoping Fryermuth would be passed on there, but didn't expect it.
Could just go with the Stribling and take that fall.
We could. We spoke against pushing tight end, but like the names remaining, it's
It's
either
like
in Joker or
Stribling or Njoku.
Stribling at 182. I can get behind that as our last receiver pick.
I think it's more fun.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you gotta go against what you say.
We also have the bring back of the Niners
Philly. Yeah,
and Philly, so there's a little extra hope. But
I like the falling value more than reaching for needs and just hoping to get lucky, hoping to get some guys to fall to you. So, I mean, Kate Otten, absolute stud. I think both of our guys have week 10 buys. So we definitely need to keep that in mind for our last pick. But at the
you
same
are
time,
correct.
if you get a 0 for 1 week at tight end, it's not the biggest deal.
It is not the biggest deal. I'd rather avoid it. I think for the injury concern and maybe a little, like, as much as I think your call on Kate Otten is fair, like it's so cheap, it's a good value. He's not a high upside guy to me. Like his touchdown production just has to really take a sharp turn. So I do kind of want that third, but he's a very good price here. If we had Freiermuth available, I think I would have vetoed it and just gone with the safe option. But Stribling does not fall this late typically, so I think you were right to go Stribling.
Yeah, I would have taken Pat Freiermuth over him too. I'm not an Eli Stowers guy. My like Kate Otten take was kind of like not serious. Like I was kind of just fucking around my bull case and stuff. But at the same time, like I do like Kate Otten just because he's a cheap tight end and he could just luck his way into a lot of touchdowns with Mike Evans gone now. He's like the biggest body red zone guy, and you don't know how Ted Hurst is going to fit in that offense quite yet. So as far as a guy who can just get touchdowns at tight end, I like Kate Otten, and I don't really care that he only got one last year.
He's definitely getting more than one, but when you look at his stats, it's really hard for him to ever crack 4.
But you could say that about Dallas Goedert last year too.
Yeah, but I think Goddard had more than 4 entering last year.
Go look.
Really?
I'm pretty sure 4 was his most. It might have
he's
been
also
like a 5, but
oh, you're right.
Yeah, 2, 3, 3, and then
Yeah,
randomly 11. Like it happens. That's my case with Kate Otten is that it just happens randomly. Like Goddard didn't have more than 3 and then gets 11. Yeah, dude. Trevor Etienne and Kate Otten, we're fucking doing it out here, man.
Andy Reid today seems positive as the good hope with the situation. Yeah, not the most exciting. I think this was for the Jalen Naylor thing, but there is one more draft for sure, Mark. Well, if Jeary needs to go, he can go, but if he wants to stick around for one more,
yeah, I think I'll have to dip out after this one, but
no worries.
We're drafting 2 good teams.
Yeah, this one's really fun. I think this is a really legit team, to be honest with you.
Quarterback maybe a little thin, but I'm cool with it. I like our running backs. We can go with 6 if we want, because I think we can stop at 7 receivers. Tight end here, I think Dulcich is probably just the best pick.
I don't hate Atonjis, to be honest with you.
I don't hate Atonjis either if you want to double up on the San Francisco.
I really don't mind it. And I look at the Niners schedule, and the more I think about them, the more I think they're going to break down with time. Like, I actually think they could really screw you over, but there's still a good enough offense where like the backups could be really valuable down the stretch. So
yeah, the only thing is Jake Tongas could be a 0 in week 10 when we have Goddard and Otten on bye, but who cares? I'm cool with it. Let's see running backs.
Good. Oh yeah, my bad. I mean, we could take Marshawn Lloyd.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I can do it on this team.
I think I'd rather go Mike Washington.
Big Mike. Jordan James. If you want to just like go all in on this San Francisco late round picks, we could take Jordan James. I'm James or Mike Washington. I'll let you pick.
Down for Mike Washington. Let's do it.
Let's take Big Mike. Another different bye week as well. Always good. I have a ton of Ginty, so taking a little Big Mike to even that out a bit, not bad.
Yeah, I think that's fine. The final round, I think taking Mike Washington at 206 is very fair. Funny, the the massive like swing on ADP with Mike Washington over the course of time. You know,
Yeah, it's been wild. It happens every year though.
his combine deserves some hype, but landing spot just falling like a rock. All right, let's review the roster. In this pit bull, went with a 2-6-7-3 out of the 11 spot, and we go with Mahomes stacked up with Rashi, Kyler stacked up with Jettas, running back the anchor approach with Barkley, but we still get back in reasonably with Jadarian Price in the 6th round, Rico Dowdle in the 7th, C-Rod in, I believe, the 10th round, Tyrone Tracy in the 12th, and then Mike Washington round 18. Pretty balanced, pretty consistent, and I think like as long as Saquon stays healthy, I think we're in really, really good shape. I like this running backs 2 through 4 paired with the, you know, the assumed alpha and then the handcuffs that could really crush. But Jettas, Rashi, T. Higgins, DJ Moore, I think is the like really fun, really exciting aspect of this team. As long as Rashi, like, you know, even if he's suspended again, what's it going to be? 4-6 games max? I think we're going to be fine. Naylor, Debo, and Stribling for some fun, and then Goddard, Otten, and Tonjes. I like the team. Bro.
I think it turned out pretty well. Mahomes and Kyler, if they turn out to be good picks, because they could be good, they could be ass for fantasy. So if they're good, I think our team will be good. Our running backs, Saquon holding it down, and then I do like the depth that we have, and our wide receivers are an absolute smash with a big bet on Rashee Rice, and tight ends. We're gonna get some touchdowns. We're gonna get some points. So I like it.
Same. We got a shot. I like our approach. Bayou saying his 2-4-9-3 is interesting, worth checking out. You got time for some team reviews, or?
Yeah, we'll check out a couple.
Sounds good. Bayou with a Dak Prescott, Tyler Shuck. He did get sniped on Herbo, but with Taylor, Achane, Travis, and Chuba, fair to stop at 4. I hope Chuba does deliver, but Ladidi McConkey, Jordan Tyson, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Coker, Antonio Williams, Ted Hurst, Judy Wicks, and Vele. Fair to have that much depth with Dobbs as the 3rd. But then tight end has Fannin, Ferg, and Juwan are both stacked up. Pretty interesting. Definitely, you know, a viable risk to take. I think the running back room is worth taking this chance. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, stopping at 4 there is totally fine. Receivers definitely need a lot, need some of those rookies to hit. Tight ends are strong, quarterback strong. So yeah, if you nail some of those late receivers, then can be a pretty good team.
No risk it, no biscuit. Marks has checked team 2. Let me check if there's any members in here real quick. We have P Punch, who's a member. I think I'll review him first, but then we'll go to Mark, and then if you need a dip, that would be fine. But P Punch, you want to take this one, Jeary?
Yeah, so we got a 3-5-7-3 Trevor Darnold Carson Beck. Interesting. Jeremiah Love, Scatabo Henderson, Jonathan Brooks, Rashad White. Don't love the running back room. Very young, a lot of upside, but a lot of question marks there too. Receivers, JSN, Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Marvin Harrison, Ricky Pearsall, Isaac, Tesla, Chris, Brazzle, Dazzle. Malik Neighbors taking a big chance on him too. Brian Thomas, not my favorite guy. Marvin Harrison, another Arizona piece. I do like Marvin Harrison though. Ricky Pearsall could smash or suck. You got a Lions player. 188 Tesla is a pretty nice price. Brazzle Dazzle could be a good pick as well, drafted in the 3rd round. And then Dalton Kincaid, TJ Hawkinson, AJ Barner. Yeah, I like the tight ends.
Yeah, pretty legit team. The Brian Thomas Jr. click, whether he's in Jacksonville or not, you're gonna pay for this, man. You're gonna pay for the fade on BTJ.
We'll see, man. That's the Jags. The whole Jag situation is definitely one of the most interesting for fantasy this year. I
don't think you're wrong to be hyped on Parker Washington. I think he's gonna be good, but I don't think he's gonna be better than BTJ. So I'm at this point, I really want to see him play somewhere else because I think he'll have a better career and like better season this year for BTJ. But for the sake of our bet, I want him to stay there. I want this to play it out, but I also don't want it to be like BTJ crushes, but then week 11, he clears all the thresholds and then gets hurt, and then you just like get bailed out with a Parker Washington fantasy playoff stretch.
Yeah, or he gets like traded at the deadline or something like that and just blows everything up.
Well, that's where the 10-game minimum also comes in, because the deadline I think is week 9, week 10. So
okay.
I'm pretty sure
we could just make it like if he gets traded at the deadline and they're both healthy before that, then yeah, we can still count it. I think that's fair.
Sure. If it's a deadline trade, we can call it done. But honestly,
healthy,
that's not going to help me. That's right. If they trade him at the deadline, then they're probably
ass
using him very much, or they fucking showcase him to set that up. There's also that, but there's no changes to our bigger board bet. We're keeping it as is.
For sure.
Yeah. But I think you're going to eat your words on BTJ, my friend. I think he's going to be too good.
Man.
Too
It'll
good
be
to face.
interesting.
You might also eat your words on Jonathan Brooks. I think
might, and Scatabo, I might.
Scatabo, I think you need to get back in soon, man. Like, don't be a full fade. Like, don't be a.
I have one share in the puppy.
Well, you're going to need more than 1%. I'll tell you that, more than 1%, because that's not even tracking 1%. Yeah, exactly. You got to take a little bit more. And then once Brooks goes above pick 100, I think you should stop. But I think for now, you should take him while his price is going
pick
up.
100 Brooks. My goodness.
It'll be pick,
dude.
I'll probably be out at that point too. I think it'll be pick 90 before you know it.
Oh, that's awful.
Well, get ready. Get ready. That's the trajectory for Bill. Last year Bill went like 85.
Yeah, it does happen. Happens every year to some guys. So
he's someone the community will lock onto, I think, because no one really trusts Chuba. That's the thing.
No, I don't love Chuba either. Trevor Etienne to the moon.
That we can get behind. That's definitely a point of agreement. And with that, bro, let us know where we can find you. If you want to give us any updates on, so you think you can tout, anything you can drop, but the floor is yours.
Yeah, man, just check out the YouTube at Jeary Football. Link in the description as well. Check out the Twitter at Jeary Football. Just hit 100 followers on Twitter. I'm brand new to Twitter, still figuring out how to use it, but trying to post on there a little bit more. And any fan support for So You Think You Can Tout, we definitely appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing the video that comes out next, and I'm sure it might come down with some fan votes. So if we can garner any support there, would definitely be appreciated. But thank you for having me on the channel once again, my friend. Always fun time drafting with you.
A pleasure, bro. We'll do it again, and take care. Good luck at work.
Thank you, and have a great rest of your evening.
You too. All right. We're going solo the rest of the night. We still have, I think, one more team review at the very least. Mark was requesting it. Yeah, I did not forget Mark. We'll definitely check out your team. Let me catch up with the chat with y'all now that it's just yours truly. Also take a rip from the pipe as well. Want to respect Jeary's time, not get too faded, but definitely heading into the third draft of the night, we can take a little break. While I'm setting that up, let me peruse team number 2. Mark was in here. AA Marcano. Marcano. I like it. We got Drake May, Jared Goff, and Aaron Rodgers with a 3-5-7-3. Definitely a solid QB approach at the 102. Does line up nicely to take May and Goff there. Is it stacked? We'll find out. He does not shy away from Jacobs. Boy, that's risky, man. That's bold there. You take DeAndre Swift, JCM, Pacheco, and Emmanuel Wilson. In case you don't know Marcano, you need to read up on Josh Jacobs. Like, just in case you don't know. Perhaps you are unaware. Jacobs is a very risky pick as of today. Might be spending a lot of time in jail. That is definitely a possibility coming up. But Mark says he'll be fine. here's the thing, whether he's fine or not, you might be able to get him at pick 47 in this draft. There was a chance that he's just going to be available to you a lot in the 4th round. So if you want to take him, you got to wait 20 picks. Go for it, bro. It's your team, but I don't think I would have done that. I think I would have just taken Travis or Kyron and played it safe with some backfields that have a little less criminality to them, you know. But I love Swift. Player take wise, I'm not huge on JCM, but I understand why some people still take him. Pacheco at the moment looks like a legit click as long as he stays that handcuff. Pick 143, very legit. And then we took Emmanuel Wilson together, me and Jeary, earlier on in the Eliminator, so a fair click as well. Jamar Chase and AJ Brown, really strong top 2. The AJ Brown expected combo with Drake May. You got JMO with Goff, DK Metcalf with Rodgers. I think Pittman is the better value personally, but I understand taking Metcalf where he goes. He's probably a fine click. I just think Pittman's a better value. Down's a pretty good value at pick 95, totally legit. Flournoy and Branch clicks I've made as well, not too shabby. And then we have Andrews, Hunter Henry, and Evan Ingram. Ingram final round, I guess, but don't take him too often. He's probably worthless. Henry with this stack makes sense. And then Andrews, probably a fine click, given he doesn't have much competition. So interesting team. I like it, except for the running back room. I think, the Jacobs thing is just either you're right and it's fine, you took him above ADP, or you're wrong and you're dead. So all or nothing, basically. And then I don't really love the JCM, Pacheco, Wilson depth, to be completely honest. Running back room, not a fan of. Everything else, though, totally legit, well-built. Running back, though, I disagree. All right, I think that's going to be it for the team reviews. There was King Calorie, there was Taking Dollars, there was Soup. So I apologize to also Libra. I think I'm just going to move on. I think it's time we just move on. We think we checked out Bayou's team, right? Or is Bayou just yeah, okay. Y'all are just talking. Yo, Young Moolah's in the house. Shout out GAB, says what up, nice and blunt. Smash the like and join the channel to get my dude 10K subs. Appreciate the kind words. We're actually very close to 10K. I haven't wanted to jinx it because honestly, this time of year, I used to just only lose subscribers as opposed to gain any. So it's just like I didn't know what this summer was going to hold, but yeah, we're coming up on 10K. I'm not sure what the subscriber count is at the moment. But yeah, hopefully happening soon. And if you're enjoying the content, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, get me over that benchmark, and should be really nice once that happens. I'm not gonna guarantee we do a 24-hour live stream or anything like that. Definitely not 24 hours, but definitely a marathon, at least 6 to maybe 10 hours, probably like 8 hours. That's probably my guess, but we'll see. All right. Tonight though, y'all are in here with me. What do y'all want? Can y'all spam the chat? Do you want a super flex or you want a Pomeranian? We're doing a $3 final draft. It is always time. I'm gonna pack the bowl. Let me know what you want. I know Pepper Tony requested the super flex. We got Soups also requesting a super flex. Super flex, palm. It's actually very, very close. The palm is already like 50% full. The field general a little bit less so. The hound dog, you're the first vote, so not going to do that tonight, but we will do it tomorrow. Not today. Not on the stream. Probably not on the stream. Yeah, Bayou says I think we're gonna do field general. I think we'll do field general. All right. I think so. So I'll let y'all get situated. I'm just gonna pack this bowl. I'm gonna have to label the drafts with Jeary, but I'll do that after we enter the lobby. And I'll give y'all a little countdown once this bowl is packed. All right. I'm hopping into the field general for the real fans, the Funk Master Flex in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 5 spots left. Come on down. Come and get it. What strain, Anthony? We got the Yada Yada Black Amber. That's our strain of the moment. This one will be fun. Pepper Tony with the green badge. What is the green badge? Is that 10K? Damn. I think it's 10K. Bayou in here at the 101. Good for you. Soupso in here at the 102. Good for y'all. Delusional Vikings fan Julio at the 103. P-Punch at the 104. So nothing but friends of family. Sosky in at the 5. Underdogs Anonymous at the 6. Pepper Tony at the 7. Chubbs at the 105. I think you were in the last one, so I assume you're in here too. Danimal at the 109. Tricky 8181 right in front of me at the pick 10. And then we do have Dynasty FF right behind me at pick 12. Yeah, we got a full gang. 20K. Shit, brother. Shit, you might have you might have an addiction. Perhaps there's an addiction, but I got a little time. I'm gonna take this rip and then I'm gonna label those drafts with Jeary so I don't forget. Let me drop the drop for y'all if you want to smoke with me. Let's go. I almost forgot this was Superflex. I was like, what the fuck? Allen at the 101. Who and then I remembered what I signed up for. Once Lamar was taken. It's like, shit. The fuck are they doing? That was the right click. I was just in a pit bull with Jeary. Let me label that one. Oh, I'm on the clock. Whoopsie. Fuck it. I'll take Caleb today. Sure. I'll go with Caleb. That sounds fine. And then given I'm at the bookend here, I'm just going to sit tight for my second pick. Do I go double QB? Not really dying to do that. Oh, honestly, I didn't even realize I was on the clock. Yo, that shit hit me. Thank God I got Herbert in the queue at the last fucking second. Holy shit. Yeah, we go double QB. Fuck. Almost timed out. I didn't realize I was on the clock. It's still Thursday night, Pepper Tony. I don't know what you're talking about. Not sure what you're talking about. Holy shit, that was close. May 28th with Jeary in that pit bull. We're saving that. That was a good team. I thought that team was really dope, really fire. And then our other one, we were in the Eliminator. Right, it was the Eliminator contest. Our first Eliminator entry, actually. There we go. Back to our lobby. Back to the main tab. And back to the chat. Disbanded. You're not in here at the 101, so you're just let me know you're in here, I guess. Smoking Miracle Grow, Scott's OG, Blockhead. Stay away from the Roundup, brother. Stay away from the Roundup. Anything Miracle Grow probably has some odd chemicals tied to it. You thought that I was bonkers taking Al at the 101, but for a second I was like, yo, why you taking Allen in a regular draft? I just forgot it was super flex paired with the Allen, mind fart, and then me not realizing I'm on the clock, almost not taking Herbert there. Yo, I gotta lock in. The pivot. We can't just trust that Jeary's gonna guide us and make all the picks. It's one thing to host and have a guest. You gotta kind of have to give them the reins. Don't want to argue with all their picks and say, fuck no. You want him? No, I'm gonna do something. Like, what's the point of having him on the channel if we're not gonna take his picks? But Jeary knows what he's doing, so that definitely made things easier. The hard pivot though, back to just solo, might have gotten me. But I'm happy with my start. I'm good with the Caleb Justin Herbert combo to start things off. Definitely not bad, but almost wound up with Dak there had I not queued up Herbo. Would be funny if the cutscene was live view. Cutscene to what? Right, 12 a.m. on a Thursday night, technically Friday morning. I'd say we all have a problem. How many of y'all are drafting on the East Coast? I'm curious about that, because I would assume me kind of leaning into the West Coast nature of the late night streams, I would kind of just maybe by virtue of timing have a few more West Coast viewers, but I genuinely have no idea. Y'all are sometimes just sickos and just can't find any other content you're willing to watch, it seems. Pepperoni is central. I'm going to take Walker here. We get a little bring back, and I definitely want a strong running back room. I kind of want to take Bowers, though, but I do think there's a big difference between Walker and Jeremiah Love. And so I'll just take Walker. We get the week 17 bring back. Chiefs versus Chargers. Chargers typically have a bad run defense, so could work out. But if Dynasty passes here, I think this might be my first Bowers team in this contest. I'll probably go Bowers there because I started double quarterback. I don't think I'm going to do that again. What does Dynasty do? Times out goes Shuck. Yeah. Let's mix it in. You can start up to 3 tight ends in this, so definitely qualifies for the super flex nature, of the contest. He's definitely one of the best flex plays you can have. But I do think he's more valuable than any other receiver left on the board. It's a tricky spot. This is basically late round 2 in a regular format. And once Walker and the running back values are off, I'm definitely taking Bowers over Jeremiah Love, over London, over Neighbors, over the receivers. So it was either Bowers or QB. And given the start, I didn't feel desperate to grab my third quarterback there. Not necessary with the elite onesie with Bowers. But Pepperoni was central. Turn the lights off is East Coast. Best ball also on the East Coast. Eastern. Y'all are coming in late. Also a night owl. That's fair. Sometimes people just stay up late. I'm definitely a bit more of a night owl. Line also on the East Coast. MacNova on the East Coast. Yo, appreciate y'all. We got 48 watchers, and fuck it. Let me find out what the likes are at right now. Worth checking. I haven't checked it once. I swear I have no idea what the likes are at right now. But pulling it up right now, we got 43 likes. Thank y'all for coming in with the likes. Appreciate y'all very much. Sometimes especially when I smoke, sometimes I'll get cotton mouth. Definitely happens sometimes. But technically, English is not quite my first language. I technically learned French and English at the same time growing up. But no excuses. Sometimes you just trip up your words. That's also probably what happens. But Disbanded said Blockhead is an old school sweet tooth hybrid. I don't think I've ever tried Blockhead. Sounds like an indica, if I had to guess, with that name. Anthony is back celebrating the Spurs win. Congrats on your team. Congrats. Parle français pour la 15 secondes. Je peux faire ça. How do I say brotherhood in French? Now that I think about it, I'm not quite sure. But la fraternité, ça c'est le mot. La fraternité est une des trois tenants de la France. La liberté, la égalité, la fraternité. There you go. In France, when they had the revolution and they set up their new republic, there was like a motto that they had to kind of like inspire the way that they were going to treat their new government, whether that's like true or not. It was liberty, equality, and brotherhood, known as fraternity. I could just go Rashi here, but I don't think I really want to. Running back's getting weird. The team after me is in a interesting spot. I'm actually just going to go Chris Olave first. I'll go Chris Olave over Rashi. We already have Ken Walker, so could just like further commit to the Chiefs bet, but I don't think that's necessary. I'm not dying to do that. Bayou, I'm gonna have to dip after this draft though, or I'm gonna be zombie work. Appreciate you sticking around. You're also Central Time Zone, if I'm not mistaken. But Rashi might make it back. Montgomery might make it back. Loveland on the board. I don't really want to pull up Luther Burden or Rome. Rashi got taken. I could also go Mendoza. I think you know what? Fuck it. We got Bowers on this team. Let's go Mendoza and call it done with 3 quarterbacks. A quarterback in rounds 1, 2, and 6. I can fuck with that, especially stacked up Bowers, Mendoza. I can fuck with that. Pepper Tony saying France is dope. We could learn a lot from them. Ahem, French Revolution. I mean, they took a cue from us last time, so yeah, maybe we should consider that for sure. If I don't bring this up on the channel too often, but I actually am very like into astrology, to be completely honest with you. The astrology of the moment indicates some type of revolution, civil war, some type of thing is going to happen in the next 5-7 years. But I also wouldn't be shocked at all if when just to pivot to politics real quick, I'm not going to spend much time with it. Wouldn't be shocked if things were set up to get JD Vance in there at some point in time. Like Vance was like Peter Thiel's pick. And like, you remember that recent like assassination attempt thing at the press conference? They pulled JD Vance away first. Did you see that clip? Wouldn't be shocked if that's ultimately what they want, because a lot of chaos. But that'll be it for politics for the rest of the night. Central Time Zone. Last night was 2:15 a.m. Yeah, last night we went super late. West Coast from Jesus. Appreciate that, Disbanded. Thanks for the compliment. On the same page, Pepper Tony, but ultimately, I don't think we're really in control of what happens up top. I don't think we really have had a real voice in politics for decades with our at least presidential vote. Vote in your local election. I think that's legit. I think that's totally legit. But really, do you think we actually decide who's the president every time, or that's not like hand selected? Okay. I said I'd be done with politics. I'll stop. Don't want to alienate too many people. Let's refocus. All right. Caleb's on this team. Herbert's on this team. Mendoza stacked up with Bowers. And then we got Walker and Olave. I'm not usually in this situation to only have one running back, one receiver through the first 6 rounds in this spot like this. I'm not sure if I want to go anchor with Walker or Olave. I think I'm a bit more inclined to anchor wide out in this format. However, I do not want to fall behind at running back. Pollard goes to Danimal. I'm going to take Jadarian Price first. I worry that Dynasty is not going to skip out on Price. And the difference between Price and Chuba is significant. Similar to Jeary, we both don't believe in Chuba. So, nope. Not going to risk that. We also get a really nice fall on Jadarian. Wow, 13 pick fall on Jadarian Price. Thank y'all for the gift in this lobby. That is solid. But thank you, Dynasty, for leaving me Rome Odunze. I'm not taking Chuba over Rome. We got Caleb on this team, so definitely checks out. Let's do it. Let's do it. Having Bowers, we pulled up Mendoza, but on this side of the board, if you have Caleb, you can also pass on tight end with Bowers and set up the Colston Loveland combo. So maybe this team would be a little bit more interesting with, Baker and Colston Loveland as opposed to Bowers and Mendoza. But we have the stack, we have the correlation, we have the truly best tight end, I think, in the NFL with Bowers. But anyways, what are my thoughts on Jackson Dart? For the sake of best ball, for the sake of spikes, for the sake of rushing value, great click as he falls. Really good click as he continues to fall. But we went super flex tonight, Green Bean. Am I doing another one? I don't think so. We're going to be about to go over 2 hours, and this one's a 20-round draft. There's also everyone in here, and I'll definitely review some teams. I'm definitely taking it Soupso's team in this one. He's drafting with us for the second time. I think I'll take a look at Underdog's team. I think he's also in the second one with us. Chubbs, I think, is drafting with us a second time, but I'm not sure if Chubbs is watching, actually. Chubbs just might... I assume Chubbs is watching, but let me know. I'm also curious how Bayou's team goes second time around. He waits on receiver, starts with Evans at pick 73 and Harrison at 96. He went Allen, Cook, Henry, Kyron, Daniel Jones, Quinshon Judkins. Really strong running back room. Really good at running back. Receiver, a little tricky there with Harrison. Fannin, also a little interesting. But yeah, Green Bay. There's pros and cons to everything. Touche. Evening, Fancy Dog. You're like number 46. Thank you for popping in once again. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, we can just get back to our roots. We don't need to look to the French. We can just remember who we are as well. Wemby's French. Wemby has a fittingly very inflated ego, a true Frenchman. If I've ever seen a Frenchman, Wemby is a good example. Not going to take Brissett. Fuck that shit. I could go Pierce. I wouldn't hate on Pierce. C-Rod, not too bad, though. And the team behind me only has one running back. Yeah, I'm going to say sorry, Dynasty. But you are much more likely to double tap RB here, regardless of who's available, than even just take Alec Pierce. You don't have Daniel Jones. So, yeah. I'm chilling with that. I could also just pull up Quentin Johnston, though. I don't think that's actually crazy, to be honest with you. Pierce here, though, only a 6-pick discount. QJ's ADP is 128, but y'all sickos are probably going to take him. I kind of just want to get the stack. Other receivers in that range are also not too bad. Like, Pierce is good, but I also hate his week 17 matchup. Oh, shit. Whoops. I thought I already put QJ at the top of the queue. Whatevs. Whatever. Maybe y'all are nice and leave me QJ to come back around. It was a bit of a steep reach had I taken QJ there. 110. That's 18 picks. Bayou likes trying new builds and try to get different. Definitely worth a shot, brother. I've definitely started out this way a lot more early on. Like, I think my first Superflex draft in this contest had a very similar approach. I remember very specifically I had a team with Evans as the wide receiver 1, and I drafted him at like pick 80, pick 82, something like that. It was very similar to your team. I think I might have had 3 quarterbacks on that one. But yeah, I was in a similar boat. It's possible I even got Evans at 88. There was a team where I got Evans I got Ibuka at pick like 90, 92 once. That was really, really fun. If I were 7'4" and can move and shoot like that, I'd be cocky too. Yeah, there's definitely reasons for Wemby to have the ego. It's like Luka. It's like Luka has been in this situation forever. There's a reason why he yells at the refs, as much as he does. The Europeans that grew up in the European leagues, playing against grown-ass men and, winning like MVP of the league, so to speak, or, just fucking owning them since they were teenagers. But Wemby's a freak. There's a chance, there's a world where we get a Wemby dynasty if he wins the championship this year. There's a world where he's like, I don't remember who I heard say this. Maybe it was Nick Wright or someone. He could just start the next like LeBron era, like 6 straight trips to the finals, hypothetically. Because like, who the fuck is stopping him if he's healthy? You need like Giannis or someone. Jokic hasn't been able to do it. Jokic hasn't been in the finals in a minute. So maybe Jokic can pose a threat, but who the fuck knows? I'm definitely not the guy to give you up-to-date current NBA takes and confidently know what I'm talking about. I've checked that with the NBA for the most part. QJ does not make it back, so maybe we just take Addison. Downs is not bad, but I want the spike week potential. Addison falls the most, so we'll go with Addison. Yeah, taking QJ would have been valid. He went 127. Needed to fall 4 more spots. Pepper Tony said, fuck you, bro. I steal your QJ stonks. I'm still hopeful that he's traded for Brian Thomas Jr. I still want that to happen. Would still love for that to happen. Damn, the running back value is definitely not the case right here, but I do have 3 okay options. Damn. Taking Bowers has really cost me. This is a different team than I typically build. That's for sure. This is kind of a call your shot zone. I'm more interested in upside. Could be the true receiver 1 in Green Bay. I'm going to go Matthew Golden. If he is, his week 17 matchup is dog shit, though, against the Houston Texans. So might be terrible when it all matters, when it's all on the table. But we only have to start 3 receivers most of the time, minimum 2. Maybe we can kind of just get away with taking a sixth maybe in the next round and then just ignoring wide receiver forever. There's a world where maybe I could just stop taking receivers until like the last round and get away with it. Like we might be running out of the sweet spot at wideout. So these 5 players are pretty solid depth plays. Olave, I did snipe Dynasty at Chuck. He's probably livid, probably really upset. I took Olave there. Sorry. I have Odunze though with Caleb. That's pretty sweet. Alec Pierce, a legit falling value. Addison unstacked, but high spike week capabilities. And then Matthew Golden also hoping for the breakout. High draft capital, should have a breakout soon enough. Typically, the Packers know what they're doing when they scout the receiver position. But Bayou says you can start 4 running backs in this format, so I like to have a strong running back room. Typically, I do as well. The situation I have right now is not normal for me. Definitely not normal to only have like Walker and Jadarian Price as like safe starters in my lineup. But every team should be a little bit different. I'm willing to mix it up and definitely going to pivot off of receiver. I'm done at quarterback, I think. So spent a lot there. This is a different team for me. I don't have many teams built like this. I'm usually already at 5 running backs by the time Kenneth Gainwell comes off the board. That's usually my RB5 most of the time. So very different for me. But I think worth mixing in a team like this, like a very interesting build. There's different things that can work. I usually want to be strong at running back, but I don't think I'm like weak enough to be worried about it. There's also some late round depth pieces that could hit. I am going to hammer running back though the rest of the way. Like with Bowers, I could argue stopping at 2 tight ends as well. So that means I might take 8 running backs in this, 2 tight ends, 7 receivers. And if I take a receiver soon, if I like who it is, I might even go 8 wideouts or 8 running backs, if not 9. Imagine the 3-9-6-2. Would that be crazy? Who knows? But Gadsden would make a lot of sense for me here. I do have Herbo. Need to avoid tricky 818. He goes Pacheco. Yeah, I'll just take Gadsden. I'm done at tight end. Bowers and Gadsden. That checks out. And then, damn. I mean, I've been talking myself into Diggs this whole time with the assumption that he's in Vegas. That's been my whole compelling argument. If I have the Diggs, Mendoza, Bowers stack, and then we just take nothing but running backs to the rest of the way, fuck it. Let's get different. Let's get unique. Let's get interesting. I'm going to have a shit ton of running back volume. Will they be worthless? Some of them will, but 6 more picks, 6 more running backs. We're going 9 RBs on this team. I'm done at quarterback. I got Caleb, Herbert, and Mendoza. Herbert with Gadsden, Caleb with Rome, Mendoza double stacked, assuming this. Tight end has Bowers, so definitely can stop at 2. I usually take 3 in this format, but why would I do that today? And then our running back room has Walker, so a really good upside swing, should be top 10. And then Price should deliver more and more as the weeks go by. And then C-Rod could just be the man in Jacksonville. 6 more incoming soon. Not going to judge it until it's over, but I don't know if I would recommend this to everyone watching at home, but this is like as close to a 0 RB build as I'm, willing to get in this contest. But you can start up to 4 running backs, so having a shit ton isn't crazy, but having more than 8 also feels a little bit overkill. 8 is typically my cutoff. 7 is usually the sweet spot I like to have. 6, if you start off early, like Bayou's team, is not bad. You can arguably stop at 5 with the room that Bayou has. I'd probably still take a 6 most of the time, but you can definitely stop at 5 if you want. Today, though, I might go 9. I'm going to take a rip. Let's get back to this bowl. And we are in the second half of this draft, so it makes a lot of sense to try to kill it. Okay. I am with like all of you, so advertising that I'm just taking a shit ton of running backs might not be the move. There was a bit of a run on the position. Sean Tucker went 172, maybe for that reason. I'll go Tank Bigsby first. Definitely going to stay on brand. We're going to have Tank Bigsby on this roster. But what does Dynasty do? I wouldn't mind a Nick Singleton, but Kamara, not terrible. Emmanuel Wilson, also not terrible. He goes Katron. Do I need points early on? I mean, here's the thing. If Jadarian Price doesn't deliver early on, it could be because Emmanuel Wilson does. Maybe I just lock up the Seahawks backfield with the exception of Sharps. Maybe given the volume. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That makes sense. Because if Price doesn't hit my lineup because Emmanuel Wilson does, it's going to suck not to have him, or have him in the lineup with only 5 points. That would be a big bummer, especially if you told me it's like a week where Wilson just has like 2 touchdowns early on. I'm just going to lock up all those touches until Sharps gets there, because Sharps also just might not have any value. But burning some Sugar Smacks Kush, love it for you, Gigs. The Kush usually comes through pretty nicely. Sean Tucker is climbing, no doubt. P-Punch takes him himself. That's probably a fair price on Sean Tucker, even in the redraft formats, like right back to back with Brian Robinson. I could see it, especially if the news gets worse and worse for Bucky. He could just keep climbing. Like, there's a world where Sean Tucker has more touches than like Woody Marks next year, than Jonah Coleman, than Keaton Mitchell. That's definitely possible. Sharp's going ahead of him. That's not a safe click at all. So, like Pepper Tony says, Sean Tucker is #good at football. Maybe Pepper Tony would have taken him instead of Tajay at 175. Would have been nice to get him, but I'm happy with Bigsby. We have 5 so far, not even close to being done. But 4 clicks left. Let me know if you guys think it's overkill. I kind of want to just commit to the bit and go 9 RBs. But I don't think having Walker and Price is so bad that it's like clearly a necessity to have 9 RBs. Yeah. Definitely a legit click. But okay. Coming back around, Ray Davis already off the board. That was my boy last year. If there was a guy I was over-clicking like I'm over-clicking Tank Bigsby this season, it was Ray Davis last year. So I would have liked to have him, not going to lie. But I think it's all right. I think if I'm going to get one of the overlays, I think I'm going to get best ball overlay. I think we're going to support the dog pound instead of flock. No offense to Mason Dodd, no offense to the flock, but I'd rather help out one of the content creators that could use the money and the support, and also just like repping the dog pound. I'm tempted to take Trey Harris, honestly. I'm actually very tempted, but I'm actually going to go Kimani Vidal instead. I do think Trey Harris would make sense on this team. And to be honest with you, even though I said I was going to go 9, the more I think about it, it does feel a little overkill. 9 with only 6 receivers. Probably not the best move. So maybe Dynasty snipes me on Trey Harris, but I think I'm probably just going to bite the bullet and pull the Trey Harris click in the 18th round. Settle on 8 RBs. I still have 2 more clicks left. Yeah, he leaves him to me. It makes sense. It's stacked up. Let's do it. Let's go Trey Harris. I'll keep it a little more balanced. We only have 3 quarterbacks, so that's where that extra spot is flexible. I usually like to go 4 QBs in this. 9 sounds like too much. It really does. Come on, baby, turn the lights off. Says Singleton scares me for Spears. I would agree. I've actually refused to draft Tyjae Spears since the draft. I was taking him a decent amount before the draft, and for a brief moment in time, I was really happy about it. You know, they didn't get Jeremiah Love, so it was like, oh shit, both of those Titans are going to be way more valuable. I took a shit ton of Tyjae, especially in the 180s, and then they drafted Singleton, who was a player I was starting to really believe in heading into the draft because he broke his foot at the Senior Bowl, but then a week before the draft, he was cleared for practice. He was cleared for contact. He was like deemed ready to run at full speed. He checked out pretty quickly. So I think Singleton is a very legit player. Tyjae consistently gets hurt as well. So that's where I think Pollard is pretty safe as the guy. But I think RB2 is 100% up for grabs. And there is valuable handcuff appeal in Tennessee. I don't think you want to be sleeping on the Titans RB2. But Tyjae, probably a little better pass catcher. That role is a bit more up for grabs behind Pollard. But I think if Pollard ever goes down, he's like 29 years old, if I am correct. He's either 28 or 29. You know, that is opportunity. I think Singleton would win the job. I really believe that. Tyjae would probably lock in as the third down back because that's like his true skill set. But I don't think he would ever be the workhorse alongside Nick Singleton. So he's not my favorite pick. I prefer him a little bit more in a full PPR format. And then also the Titans are just a team that are tough to believe are going to score many touchdowns as well. So they should be better than last year for sure. But at the moment, I trust Tony Pollard. I don't love Tyjae. I'll mix in Singleton a bit more, but I think both of them are actually very risky. Bit injury dependent. And they will be vying against each other if that injury happens. Neither of them will have all the touches. That's for sure. All right, coming back around, I am locked in to running back and didn't want to make Jeary uncomfortable, so I did not force the Marshawn Lloyd selection, but I think that's the direction I'm going to go in. They might bring in a veteran, but on this team, I'm willing to take the, like, you know what? Actually, fuck it. I'll go Najee Harris. I talked myself out of it right as I said it. They might bring in another veteran. And James Conner went to Danimal. I'm sure he's hoping for that. But Najee Harris could go there. I think Najee will probably sign somewhere and, you know, be a lumbering backup. But there's also a world where he does sign in Green Bay. I'm going to scroll down, though. And then you know for a fact we're taking our boy. Now that I know I have to compete with Jeary for the most shares of Trevor Etienne, I'm pretty sure I'm the OG Trevor Etienne. I have 6% Trevor Etienne in the UDFA. I was taking him well before the combine. So give me Trevor Etienne on this one. Definitely wanted the 8th guy. Don't overcommit. I like the team. This is fun. This is interesting. A bit of a 0 RB approach. Just taking 8 overall is kind of how that goes. But in the super flex, it's definitely not my typical build. So let me know what y'all think about it. The 3-8-7-2, I think definitely a necessary number at all of those positions, how it went. We started off with double QB back-to-back with Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert. Got that in at the last fucking second. I have Mendoza at least stacked with Bowers, but hopefully double stacked Herbert with Trey Harris and Oronde Gadsden. I also have Caleb Williams with Rome Odunze. But running back, this is what needs to work out. We got the volume at least. Let's hope for the best. With Ken Walker, we should be fine at RB1. We have both Seahawks with Jadarian Price and Emmanuel Wilson. Until Sharps comes back, I'll get the looks for sure. C-Rod hoping to get most of the touchdowns on the ground in Jacksonville. Tank Bigsby, my favorite handcuff of them all. Never going to be upset with him on the team. Kimani Vidal also stacked up with Herbert. He's an interesting pass catcher. If Hampton goes down, I would love the stack capabilities with Kimani. Could get like 5 targets per game. Najee Harris, hoping that he signs, hopefully in Green Bay, but still could be elsewhere, like maybe even Detroit. People tried to troll Jeary with that earlier today in his live stream, but that wouldn't be too bad. That would not be bad at all. But my boy Trevor Etienne, that fade on both Brooks and Chuba in Carolina. I like it. Not too bad. Chris Olave, Romadunze, Alec Pierce, Jordan Addison, Matthew Golden. I love the spike week potential of these three. Like, these guys are giving you house calls sometimes. Very, very deep ADOT on Pierce, Addison, and Golden. So swinging for the fence. I'm setting up the Diggs potential stack in Vegas. Boy, I sure hope I get it. And then Trey Harris is currently stacked up with Justin Herbert. So fun team. Tight end is phenomenal. Anytime you have Bowers, you feel good about that. So balanced approach with quarterback, receiver, and tight end. Risky approach at running back. Being a little bit on edge in Superflex, I think, is ultimately the move you want. I think you want a little bit of, riskiness at one position. Choose one. Typically, I don't want it to be running back, but today that's what we go with. It's going to be much different than my other teams, and I don't hate it. Not at all. I think we got a shot if we can advance to make some noise. These running backs coming through down the stretch will really decide my fate, but I think it's worth it. All right, Bayou, just as he took Keon Coleman to pair with Allen, we're going to take a look at his roster. He said he might have to dip as soon as it's over. He went Allen, Daniel Jones. This is super flex, so it was correct to take Allen there. Paired up with Daniel Jones, I think you can get away with just 2. I hope Daniel Jones stays healthy, but I don't mind it at all. James Cook, Derrick Henry, pretty sweet. Kyron is the RB3. Quinchon is the 4th. He stops with Mason. It makes plenty of sense. You could have taken the 6, but a luxury you don't require. Not at all. Receiver, Evans and Harris in the top 2, so needed the depth. That was the preference here. Also has Godwin, Romeo Dobbs, Casey Concepcion, and did not stop there. Takes 10 total with also Trey Tucker, Ted Hurst, Chris Brazel, Keon Coleman, and Pat Bryant. What's crazy is you took Keon Coleman and you still took a receiver after him. That's what's wild. Not a last round click. Yeah, round 17 is pretty crazy, but just found out it wasn't the last round. Good luck, man. You know what? Maybe with Khalil Shakir coming back from ankle surgery, maybe this is finally the year for Keon Coleman. But tight end, not looking too bad with Fannin, Schultz, and Freiermuth. Not bad at all. All right. Receiver, needs to work out, but this is the format to fade the position. I don't know if you need 10, bro. Only 2 quarterbacks with Allen and Daniel Jones. You could tolerate a third. Like, let's be honest. You could. I don't know if it's critical. I'm not going to fault you for stopping at 2. You could have taken 6. You could have taken a random handcuff. 10, Keon's going to hit for you. Keon's the missing piece. So maybe 10 is just one more than I would like. But tight end is good enough to stop at 3. It's a fair decision. I don't mind it too much. But all right. Fancy Dog likes it. We're going to take a look at Peanut Punch's team. He's also a member, so we'll review his team again. I don't think anybody else is a member other than, I'm not sure, Pepper Tony. I don't think so, but because you're a mod, it's in blue. I don't know if you're also a member. I'm definitely going to review Pepper Tony's team as well with the ones I mentioned that were in the first lobby that we skipped out on. But P Punch, the member, will check you out with Lamar, Goff, and Cousins. Very legit double week 13 bye, but who cares? Genty, Travis, Javante, Blake Corum, Sean Tucker, Kalen Black. Very legit depth with the top 6. kind of just betting on the top 3, but if Corum delivers, you are living, and then with Sean Tucker, you're in very good shape. I prefer Jordan James, but Kalen Black might also get some touches because everyone gets hurt in the Shanahan backfield. Zay Flowers, J-Mo, Cardinal Tate, pretty legit top 3. Sutton is a decent value. Xavier Worthy is the 5th, always pretty solid. I know Huhaim's been liking Boston lately, fell 10 spots, so not too shabby. Tesla stacked up, and Jacoby Lane also stacked up. DJ Quill likes Lane over Surratt, but might be a Tez Walker worth the investment. You also have Flowers stacked up with JMO. Kyle Pitts, TJ Hawkinson, Jake Tonjes. I took Tonjes earlier today, so I'm willing to do it myself. Hawkinson and Pitts, not too bad. Good luck with touchdowns, though. That can definitely be the missing aspect of a Pitts Hawkinson tight end room. Touchdowns sometimes are elusive. So not too many problems. It's hard to mess up in Superflex. I feel like there's a lot that can go right. And then you do have the Ravens Lions stack. So that's one thing I think people don't do enough in Superflex is also stack, because this is still best ball. But you remember to do it. Very legit, very balanced team. And then the quarterback is good enough where even if Cousins doesn't contribute too much, you're just fine with those two. Good team, P-Punch. Very nice. I mentioned, we'll take a look at Pepper Tony, one of the mods. We got Drake May, Malik Willis, Marcus Mariota, Tyler Huntley, and Joe Milton on this team. Yo, I like the Joe Milton click. Huntley also not terrible. I know you're a Ravens fan, so you're very familiar with his contributions. We got Achane on this team. Perfect, Pepper Tony. Love it. You didn't have to pull him up, though. He fell to you at 31. Not bad at all. Travion Henderson, Rico Dowdle, RJ Harvey, Tyjae Spears. We mentioned the hesitancy on Tyjae, but these top 4 are decent. Harvey's fine, but the top 3 can be okay. I think I might have liked the 6th. Not going to lie, 5 QBs, perhaps overkill, but Malik Willis is the 2nd. I think it isn't the worst thing in the world. I might have liked a 6th running back, though. You have 4 tight ends? Yeah, I might have liked the 6th running back. JSN, Nico Collins, Terry, QJ, Flournoy, and Ridley. Yeah, the Flournoy Ridley isn't like the safest, but these top 4 are really, really awesome. So not that big of a deal. I like the 6 receiver build in this, so I wouldn't really change it. I don't think I would go 5 quarterbacks, 4 tight ends. I think 9 at those 2 positions might be overkill. Just a touch. And that's where I think for the room, I know you love Achane, but I love Rico. I don't love Harvey. I don't love Spears. Either Spears is someone else and we stick with 5, or I think I maybe pivot and remove one of these tight ends. But that's just me. I've taken 4 tight ends plenty of times. And you could still get away with it for sure. So the 5-5-6-4. Don't see it too often. Don't mind it. I might have gone with a 5-6, 6-3, or a 4-6, 6-4. One of those 2 I might have done. Good luck, though. Rooting for you. The team is very interesting. Receiver is really strong. Okay. If anybody really wants a team review, let me know. But I promised it to Soupso in here for the 2nd time tonight. Also promised it to Chubbs. Actually, no. Chubbs has still not said jack fucking shit in the chat. You might be watching, but if you don't speak up, I'm actually not going to do it. I got enough time. It's about to hit 10. I'll clear the pipe, and then I'll do 2 more. Soupso is the first, and then let me know who you would like. We could go delusional Vikings fan. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Soupso and Julio get the team reviews. But I'm going to clear the pipe. One last rip. And then we'll be done in less than 5 minutes. All right. Oh, right. Underdog is legit. I said I would do it, Vikings fan, so I'll do all three. I'll do the three of them. I'll do all three. Okay. Soupso, Mahomes, Bryce Young, Geno Smith. The double week 5, so needs Geno. I kind of want to see what Geno is working with week 5. Let's find out what Geno is going to be up against week 5. Is it worthless or does it provide some ceiling? Let me pull this in. Drum roll. Week 5. Geno Smith is home to the Cleveland Browns. Probably not a good spot. Probably not a good spot. Week 5. Gibbs, Ramondre, Jalen Warren, Tyron Tracy, Braylon Allen, Ray Davis. Could be worse. But with Gibbs, always legit. Not too fond of Ramondre or Jalen Warren. I prefer the other options in those backfields, but solid floor plays. Tyron Tracy, a legit click. Braylon scares me, though. I don't see the value in Braylon personally. Even if Brees goes down, I don't love it. And then Ray Day, I do like. So decent running back room, but Gibbs is definitely the key piece. Receiver, though, has Lamb, Ladd McConkey, Wan'Dale Robinson, Coker, McMillan, Naylor, Mooney, Tyreek Hill, and A.D. Mitchell. I think there's too many receivers on this team. Like, in this format, I typically don't want... You have 9. You have 9 receivers, homie. You have McBride and Kelsey. I don't know where I'd put that other pick, but I don't think you need 9 receivers. I'd probably just take another tight end, even with McBride and Kelsey. Could use another quarterback. You can always just take another quarterback. 6 RBs, I think you can stop with, but I would remove one of those receivers and probably just make it a tight end or QB. But Browns, yikes. Not ideal. It's probably not that big of a problem, though. It's probably not that big of a deal. But good luck, Soupso. Julio right behind him with Bo Nix, Cam Ward, Deshaun, and Shador, double Vikings, and then also takes J.J. McCarthy. McCarthy might be the QB3 in Minnesota. It's possible that you want Carson Wentz over J.J. McCarthy, but if McCarthy ever gets the job because Kyler goes down, I could see that have some value, especially the playoff schedule's nice. McCarthy does run the ball at least, but it's not that valuable. I will say, final round, whatever, go for it. But you already had 4. I might have just stopped with the Massage and Shador Browns investment because I don't worry about the third quarterback at all. I think it's just those 2 in Cleveland, but no chance. Wentz absolutely horrible. He helped out fantasy a lot more than JJ did last year. For fantasy purposes, Wentz was better in fantasy, but Bijan, Brees Hall, Aaron Jones, Sharps on this team don't really understand that too much, but I guess in the final weeks, if you have him and you need him, it's probably worth every now and then. B-Rob, I take a shit ton of, though. And then Damon Claiborne, I like as well, the fade on Aaron Jones, especially if Jones gets hurt. Then you would be pivoting to Claiborne, and that would be interesting for sure. I could see Claiborne outperform Jordan Mason. I'm not a huge Mason fan, to be honest, but they pay Mason a lot. It'll definitely be a split backfield. Mason, though, doesn't catch passes. Good luck there. You also have Jefferson, so another Viking for the Vikings fan. Delusional for sure with the McCarthy stack, but Tedro McMillan, Garrett Wilson, Brian Thomas Jr. strong at wideout. Higgins and Stribling very legit to stop at 6 with that. Good room. Kraft and Njoku and Dulcich, so not much invested there, but could see a lot of volume with Dulcich. Could see a lot of touchdowns with Njoku, but I prefer Gadsden. Njoku is a good price, though. Definitely going super late, but yeah, very balanced, very legit. You know, maybe these 3 quarterbacks don't contribute, but you have both Browns, so you'll get something. You'll get something for sure. And then you also have Bo Nix and Cam Ward. Very legit team, like the 5.562, 5.563. I think you built it pretty well. I can't complain other than maybe JJ McCarthy and Massage, but worth the investment for sure. All right, lastly, we'll take a look at Underdogs. Anonymous, sorry for making you wait, brother, but appreciate you drafting with us in both of them. Thank you very much. We got Joe Burrow, Sam Darnold, Justin Fields, and Flacco. Very wise to have both Bengals. I think that's totally legit. Darnold is fine, but maybe not like worth pick 42. I think the tier that he's in isn't that much different than Rodgers or Mendoza, but he's definitely a safe play to start all the time. He's fine where he goes. I'm not going to shit on it. But in Superflex, I like it a little less. Because I think once you get to round 4, I kind of just want to wait until round 5 or round 6 half the time. Once Baker and Shuck are off the board, I don't love the late 4th round at QB. I think it's pretty similar to the 5th. So that's just my preference, but Darnold is perfectly fine. Hampton, Bucky, you trust in Bucky? He fell to 78. I get it, but you also have Kenny Gainwell, so not fully trusting Bucky. That's interesting. Rashad White. Also, you pulled up Kenny Gainwell by 14 picks. That is interesting. The 12 pick fall on Bucky just negated by the reach on Kenneth Gainwell. Very, very. I hope Sean Tucker doesn't bury you, but Rashad White, Tyler Algier, and Mike Washington, decent backups, and then just locking up the Bucs backfield. Legit strategy. Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, though, very strong up top. Mekhi Lemon, Michael Pittman, Shaheed, and Antonio Williams. 7 of them. Not bad. Definitely need to stop at 7, but stopping at 6 could have been argued for. Could have been a possible decision on this. Warren, AJ Barner, Michael Mayer. Don't see that ever. Wow. Okay. Might have gone somewhere else personally, but if you believe, go for it. Final round in the Superflex, go for it. I don't think I can complain about that. I mean, I think with the acknowledgement that Bucky could have been a bad click, maybe give me the extra running back, but I don't think it's necessary. I think it's totally fine the way you built it. But if you told me you remove Shaheed or Antonio Williams from this team and made him a running back, I might feel a touch better. Just a touch, not enough to move the needle. I think you're in good shape with how you built it. I think you're doing just fine, Underdog. And you do have the Burrow Higgins stack. Love that there's the stack. Like I mentioned, I think some people forget to do that in this setting. It's not critical, but I think it is still totally valid. 100%. All right. I think that's going to be it. JJ is the go. Which JJ? Jefferson or McCarthy? I can agree on Jefferson, but not going to agree on McCarthy. Stack Darnold as well. Darnold stacked with Shaheed. Right. Yeah. So maybe Antonio Williams would be the receiver I would pivot off of if you're going to change anything. Yeah. Nice job. GG's, everyone. Appreciate y'all for popping in. And one final reminder, promo code BLUNT. The link is in the description. It gets you $50 in bonus funds after you play your first 5. Sign-up code is linked. New customers take out that sweet deal. Also get up to $1,000 deposit match bonus on sign-up. Use the link down below. But also, guys, later, appreciate everyone for hopping in. And do I have one hit left in the pipe? I do. Let's rip it. Let's take it. All right. Peace out. Goodbye.